9 miles for a United States Marine, that's a run of an hour or so. And for a hiker, it's a canyon in Utah that's been known for beauty and grandeur. Right here, right now, though, 9 miles is all that separates arguably one of the most heated rivalries in the state of Kansas. Tonight, the Gridiron is the proving ground for two football teams ready to concrete themselves in the history books of this storied rivalry. The 2017 Cowley Cup Football Edition is next. Winfield, Kansas is the site of the 2017 Cowley Cup on the CourierTraveler Community Network. Brought to you by Seven Clans First Council Casino Hotel, just minutes south of our Kansas City on US 77. We're at Richard L. Jantz Stadium for tonight's exclusive coverage of Kansas high school football. The Winfield Vikings hosting the Kansas City Bulldogs. Hi, everybody. I'm C.J. Layton. Scott Gurney is the man to my left. It is a party tonight that is encompassed with nothing but solid football. We're hoping for a great matchup. And, Scott, that starts with our impact players.
It absolutely does. And let's start on the Ark City side of the football as we go to Kevin Clark. As Kevin Clark goes, the Bulldogs go. He's your starting quarterback. He's your vocal leader on the team. He's going to play defense as well. He's going to kick the ball. Punting, kicking, place kicking. He's going to have it all. He's going to be the impact player for Ark City. For Winfield, it's going to be Kyle Sawyer. He'll be running the ball. He'll be carrying a rock most of the time. So they will count on him, as they have most of the year, to be able to take care of business. And as he goes, the Vikings go.
So who is going to come up big tonight for the Bulldogs? Who is going to come up big for the Vikings? We'll find out after we take our first break of the evening. Thanks so much for joining us with CTNewsOnline.com and Legleiter Video Productions. We'll be right back.
At First Council Casino and Hotel, it pays to cross the state line. Play all your favorite games. Stay for a while at our luxurious hotel. The biggest acts play at First Council. Make the short drive and see for yourself. See Three Dog Night at First Council Casino on September 23rd. For tickets, go to sevenclans.com. Seven Clans First Council Casino and Hotel. It pays to cross the state line.
This broadcast of the 2017 Cowley Cup on the CourierTraveler Community Network is brought to you by Watkins Family Dental. In our relaxed office setting, we pride ourselves in providing gentle, effortless dentistry while utilizing the latest in dental technology. You'll love the results you'll get from the caring and experienced dental professionals at Watkins Family Dental. The Winfield Area Chamber of Commerce. For business resources, visitor information, and relocation materials, the Winfield Area Chamber of Commerce is your source for all things Winfield. The Winfield Area Chamber of Commerce, the front door to your community. Make a brilliant first impression with healthy teeth and a happy smile with Dr. Stan Sawyer DDS. Trust the dental professionals at Sawyer Dentistry to take care of every member of your family. Dr. Stan Sawyer DDS in Winfield. Winfield Pharmacy is your locally owned, full-service, independent pharmacy. We pride ourselves in the exceptional customer service we provide to our friends and neighbors. Winfield Pharmacy at 1708 East 9th Avenue. USD 465. Voted Best Public School District and Best Preschool in Cowley County. USD 465. We proudly support our Vikings.
Life is a series of moments that define your journey. My journey began with one word, Cowley.
Here, instructors inspire me to test my limits.
Activities engage my passion.
And I create my own adventure.
Cowley College. Connect to your future.
We are back live and we are ready to roll. And Scott is to my right. We've got great statistical help as well. And it looks like the Ark City Bulldogs are going to be kicking off. They won the toss, by the way. They did defer. The Vikings elected to receive, so getting set to do the honors, Kevin Clark, the man who does it all. You can see the Ark City Bulldogs in the white on our right. The Winfield Vikings defending the north end zone, and it'll be a somewhat short kick, and it's taken at about the 15, out around the 20, 25. That's good protection. Good run to the far side and knocked out of bounds. Nicely done. Pretty good start for the Vikes as Jaden Tate made that carry, and here comes the Viking offense.
Jaden Tate, another one of those solid guys for Winfield. He's one of those step-up guys Coach Hibbs has talked about in many of the interviews with him. It's like he's one of those guys that could be the next level guy. And, hey, good kick return there. Vikes are going to start out with pretty solid field position at the about the 41-yard line.
Yeah, 41-yard line, far hash mark there. You see the shot of the young man, Kyle Sawyer, and his line mates getting ready to roll here on a Friday night of football. It's a gorgeous night. We'll run down the weather here in just a little bit. 1st and 10. They'll send him in motion, little misdirection, but nobody was biting there. Pretty good tackle on the line. That's Brett Cox for Ark City.
Yeah, Sawyer got the ball in the backfield, a little misdirection there, but Ark City didn't fall for it. And Sawyer couldn't shake off the tackler and dropped for a loss. So
Cox, 6'4", big kid, 6'4", 180-pound senior. Will also get a little tight end time in on the offense. Absolutely. There it is right there. 85 degrees, south winds at about 15. And again, you're talking about the first day of autumn with October only 9 days away. 2nd down now and around 13 for the Vikes. They operate back inside their 40. Here's a play action, looking to the far side, looking, throwing on the run, and that is incomplete. Flashing open just for a moment, that was Cutter Brazel wearing number 83. The man of the defense was Nate Spencer.
Yeah, Spencer had good coverage on him. Got beat a little bit, you want to say, on the backside by Brazel, but recovered well. Hey, I tell you what, and Nate's one of those defensive backs that can be a big pain in the butt if you're Winfield. He's got 2 picks already this season.
Tonight's Instant Replay is brought to you by Klein Motors. View their entire inventory of quality new and pre-owned vehicles online at KleinMotorsInc.com, where they're doing their best to earn your business at Klein Motors every day. Thank you, Klein Motors, the guys under the Klein sign. 3rd down now, call it 13. Still inside the 40-yard line. Operating out of the long eye, again back to throw. Look at a throwback pass. That is a live ball. That went backwards, and that's going to go out of bounds at the 18-yard line. And already the Vikings are more than likely going to have to settle for a punt here because that was definitely a backwards pass.
Talking to Coach Hibbs, he talked about having to get started off on a positive note and get started out quick. And this is definitely not the way to do it.
Yeah, he just wasn't planted. It doesn't look like he was set. He just kind of threw it. You saw how far the ball sailed to his right.
Yeah, throwing off the back foot, fading back.
So now they'll go back to punt, and they'll stand inside his 5-yard line. So Ethan Owen, there's the look from the backside. Great camera shot by the Legleiter Video Productions crew, and there's just going to squib off the side of his foot. And it looks like they'll just let it roll to arrest. The Vikings will cover up at the 47-yard line. Excellent, excellent field position for the Ark City Bulldogs and Kevin Clark.
Like you said, CJ, going to start off with great field position here, and we talked about it so many times, how the kicking game can make such a big difference.
It's huge.
And everything do. And both coaches said that's going to be a big key tonight is can they be special enough and win the field position battle.
Saw the camera shot of Braden Smith there as he talks to his players. 1st down and 10, and here come the Ark City Bulldog offensive players. Clark will take the snap. Looked like a decent job of blocking, but again, this time the Vikings were all over it, led by Kyle Sawyer.
Great coverage out there on the edge, and tied up Trey Watkins. Kept him contained, dropped him for a loss.
Trey, 5'11", 173 pounds, a junior. There you see Kevin Clark. Wrestled with some injuries, no?
Yeah, wrestled last week, got banged up on the elbow on what is looked like maybe a cheap play. He was definitely going down and got the helmet contact to the elbow, but looks fine now.
2nd down and almost 11. Here's Trey again, and he'll get gobbled up after a very short gain. In fact, if any at all, he'll maybe got a couple yards back out to the original line of scrimmage.
CJ, he got hurt in that Central game, and we saw him sitting on the bench for most of the second half, and I think it's still affecting him. He tried to go back and play against Valley Center,
right.
And it just wasn't right. And you can see he's that kind of guy that can put a foot in the ground and go north and south, and it's just not happening for him tonight.
3rd and a short 10 back in Viking territory. Now they'll take a look at the sideline, look at some signals.
Yeah, you see Jordan Wilson in the backfield now, number 7.
Rolling far side, looking. Again, throwing on the run, and that's going to be nowhere near. Pass incomplete, so it'll be 4th and 10, and the punting unit will come down.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Kevin was looking at right there. Obviously, that pass out there intended for Montez Robinson, number 3, and nobody in the vicinity.
A couple of quarterbacks again who could use probably a little bit of help in doing the square-up thing. You know, sometimes if you got the arm strength when you throw on the run, I mean, that's all well and good, as we see the back of Jaden Tate as he gets ready to field this apparent punt, or no, it looks like they're going here. They're going on 4th down. You saw Tate coming back. They might be trying to draw somebody off here as the play clock will continue to wind down.
Look for the pooch punt here.
Yep, that's what it is. It looks like they're going to go short kick, and it's a bad snap. He's going to have to fall on that ball, but either way, it's going to be Viking ball. And once again, the teams trade field positions. And look at this, from inside the 50 now to inside the 40 for the Viking offense. 9:15 left in the first.
Well, again, we see an issue with ball handling. And, before with Winfield, it was a lateral that got away. And now this one, just a bad snap. And, again, special teams got to be special, and that didn't happen.
Yeah, special teams, they just mean everything. Another good shot at Sawyer as he gets set for his second drive of the evening. 1st and 10 Vikings inside the 40-yard line. Another counter play. This time it's a decent run. It's going to get to around the 35-yard line.
Sawyer again balled up inside, trying to get past that left side of the Bulldog defense. 51 and 63, both in there on the tackle.
And again, pretty good job on the handoff. There's not a whole lot of movement in the interior line. Again, a pretty good job by Ark City, and a nice job by Jacob Nelson. There you saw number 63, 260-pounder. He's a senior. Shot at head coach Lynn Hibbs of the Winfield Vikings as we go to a 2nd down and 9 play. Clock continues to move. You see that to the right. They're just going to go straight up the gut and maybe get a yard, and that's about all. Tracy on the stop for Ark City.
Bulldog defense has been pretty solid in the middle, just balling things up.
There you see it straight up the pipe. Steele Morin, 150-pounder. So it'll bring up 3rd down now. You see the graphic 3rd and 9. Clock continues to move, and already we've played almost 4 minutes.
Vikings, a team that's going to run by committee with Steele Marin. It's going to be Ethan Owen, Izzy Amesqual, Jack Mole also going to be in the backfield, of course, with Kyle Sawyer.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter at CourierTraveler. While you're watching this, there's a pitch by Gibson. And that will be incomplete, but a flag is down on the play, and that'll be apparently against the Ark City Bulldogs. And that first flag is going to introduce you to our tonight's officials. Rick Ruman is the man in the white hat. He's the referee. John Stefanek is the umpire. Joel Weems, the head linesman. Jesse Pantoya, the line judge. And Bryant Welch is the back judge.
And we saw Mick Bryant, number 21, the junior strong safety, the 5'7", 140-pounder, just got tied up in the receiver's feet, tripped him up. Costly penalty. Another one of those things as a coach that just makes you want to pull your hair out.
Yeah, the first penalty is huge. Just inside the red zone now at the 20-yard line for the Vikings. That is a big boost for them. See Landon Davis. He'll go out to the far side. Operating out of the eye on a 1st down and 10 and a good break. Hayden Gibson taking the snap now for the Winfield Vikings. He'll hand off to Sawyer.
And again,
Sawyer, not a whole lot. Not a lot of room.
Testing that left side, or right side of the Bulldog defense. And Bulldogs, again, stingy and keep stacking it up.
Dagan Moulton, a sophomore in there. You'll see him on the hit. Let's watch this interior line play. And again, kind of just shrugged off a couple of blocks. Probably really went a little bit too far outside. If he would have cut a little bit farther in, he might have had a couple yards. So it brings up now a 2nd down and 9 situation for the Vikings. Both teams trying to gain some ground here. They've had excellent field position to start with. Not a whole lot of offense for either of them.
Well, the Vikings trying to establish that run game like Coach Hibbs had talked about wanting to do. Pretty much staying with his plan. Let's see if they can keep chipping away.
Gibson back to throw, setting up a little swing complete. Looks at a 1st down, got it inside the 10 to about the 8. That's a fumble on the play. That's ruled a fumble. I saw the black bag come out. It'll be Ark City football.
It will, and again, the defensive backs for Ark City just bringing the wood. And I believe that was
Blake Watkins was
7.
involved.
Yeah, Watkins.
Watkins was involved, wearing number 50. There you see the swing. It's a pretty good-looking pass. He had plenty of room, just didn't tuck it away, though, and a pretty good dual hit. Watkins, also Nate Spencer, was the one that caused that. Guy that fell on the ball didn't catch that. I think it was Bryce Nittler, 51, that fell on the ball. 1st and 10, Arc City with a break. This time they'll operate around their 8. Clark, the quarterback, operating out of the short shotgun. They call it the pistol in most parts. And that's not going to go very far. Diving forward, though, to about the 10, so he'll give a couple out of it. That's Jordan Wilson.
Jordan Wilson, the senior, obviously getting the call. I'm guessing at this point in Trey Watkins, they've decided that he can't go. And Jordan, that backup guy, he's coming in there. He's going to give him a big lift. Again, 6'3", 190.
Yeah.
Pretty physical young man.
So they're going to give him up to maybe the right at the 10, what they'll call it, so 2nd and 9. He actually gets about a yard. Looked like he was a little bit farther than that, but that's the spot of the football. This time he'll keep it himself, and he might get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, you know, CJ, both coaches talked about establishing the run, and that starts up on the front line with the Hogs. And right now, neither team offensively up front is doing a real good job. Defensive line has pretty much got their number. That's going back and forth on both teams.
Yeah, they're really trying to get some positive yardage, both these teams, and we've already played halfway through the first quarter. Probably looking at negative yardage for both. The longest play so far has been a 15-yard penalty. It's been now it's 3rd down. 3rd and 9, Kevin in trouble, throwing on the run again. That pass is incomplete. A little bit of contact downfield, but nothing huge. Intended receiver Hunter O'Toole, and here comes the punting unit again.
Hunter tried to shake his defender and get open out in the flat, and
looked like Jack Mull was out there wearing number 30. And again, you know, when you throw on the run, it's hard to get any steam on it or any real type of accuracy. Squaring up always the best way to go if you can do it.
True, but for a right-handed quarterback, that's the way you want to move.
Yeah,
you want to move that direction.
To that side, correct.
Yeah, absolutely, and it just didn't happen for Kevin that time.
4th down and 9. Jaden Tate is back, and this time I'm sure it'll be a straight punt, and here it is. Almost got a hold of it. And it's going to be... We're going to take a pretty good roll one way, then back the other way, and it's going to die at about the 40-yard line. So 1st down and 10 for the Winfield Vikings. 5:27 remaining. Scott to my right, C.J. Layton doing the play thing, and it's been a pretty good time so far this evening. Really impressed by that. This is my first look at the production truck that Kurt and Zach and everybody's put together, and that's just impressive. Impressive.
Well, I tell you what, there's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears gone into that thing, and
no question,
and as well as dollar figures, of course. But I tell you what, we're awful doggone proud of it. I know that.
It's a showcase, that's for sure. Vikings going to try to showcase their offense on their 3rd possession already of this game. 1st and 10 as they operate from the 40-yard line. Almost mishandling the snap, still trying to feel that edge, and again, just not much room for either team. Putting on the hit was Bryce Nittler.
Ethan Owen trying to get to the outside, and so far it's been a defensive ball game, and you see the cornerback right there stepping up. I believe that was number 6.
Yeah, that was Moulton that stepped up.
Dagan Moulton.
When you got a defensive end that squares up to the line, and then you got the man in the secondary stepping up like that, yeah, that's pretty tough to get around. Clock stopped at 5:22. 2nd down and 9, football at the 41-yard line. It's starting to cool off just a shade with the sunshine getting out of here. A little bit of a haze in the air as we look at the big SC across the way. 2nd down play, little swing pass caught. And this is a very positive yardage play. In fact, it was a very nice catch and run by Landon Davis. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Again, Dagan Moulton, the starting cornerback, 5'10", 155-pound sophomore. Young guy, but, you know, reads it well, comes up, make good contact. Thing about it, he didn't let him go.
Right. Good wrap up. Good wrap up on the play. It wasn't one of those bump and run hits that sometimes we have a tendency to see. You'll see Mark Clifford come on. He wore number 86 there, the junior. And they'll send him to the right. 3rd down play, 3rd and 5. This is the shortest 3rd down for either team so far in this contest. Roll far side, looking for the flip, caught. That's a good stretch and catch, and that might be enough for the first down. Pretty good open field tackle by Raines, but I think Cutter Brazel might have enough for the first down. Let's take a look.
I don't believe so. Not by where he marked. It looks like it's right on the 30-yard line.
They did mark it short,
didn't
they? Boy, that is a short mark, so it is a fourth down and short. I'm sure I'm seeing the Vikings saying we'll go for it here on the fourth round one.
Boy, as a receiver, man, you got to know where the pylon's at. You got to know where the pin's at and get to that zone. Even if it's a step, it's still a step. Probably, 6 inches?
Something like that, yep, right around there.
Well, the Vikings been pounding it down through the middle. Let's see if they try it again.
And basically it's just straight up the pipe, and that should definitely be enough for the first down for Hayden Gibson of the Vikings. The first down of the game that is not a penalty. And so the Vikings will keep possession of the football, 1st and 10, right around the 29.
I think as defensive front line for the Bulldogs, you had to know that was coming.
After that, it's just a question of timing. When's that snap count going to come?
And more than likely, there probably wasn't a snap count, probably just a feel. Quarterback sits in underneath, gives the center a nudge, and away they go. And then, of course, everybody else piles in once they realize that your center is taken off, and by that time, your quarterback's already around him.
Second first down of the game for the Vikes. Again, a flip far side is caught. Breaks a tackle and is going to go out of bounds. Actually, are going to keep the clock rolling. Another decent, nice little pitch and catch, just trying to maintain that momentum. Hitler on the stop for Ark City.
Well, you see Davis here get it out in the flat. Avoids one tackle. Spencer trips him up just a little bit, and then coming in to clean things up, Bryson Hitler.
Hitler already has made an impact on the defense. First positive yardage so far total of the night now for the Winfield Vikings. They're going to try to keep that going on the second down play, 2nd and 6. Still scoreless, 25-yard line. Coming up to around the 3-minute mark. Short drop, back to throw, forget about it. Hammer time, back around the 30-yard line. One of the guys leading the charge for the Ark City Bulldogs, Brett Cox, wearing number 80.
Yeah, Gibson backs up.
Oof.
Double clutches, and then by that time, the Bulldogs are all over him.
So that'll bring up 3rd and long now. Back behind the original line of scrimmage, back beyond the 30, so 3rd and roughly 11. There you see referee Rick Ruben taking a glance back at the clock. Play clock down to 15, now 14.
Vikings not in a real rush to get up to the line yet.
Yeah, they're under 10 now as they send 3 wide receivers into the pattern. Again, a straight drop, looking near side. Boy, going for the money ball, and that's caught. That is a tremendous pitch and catch, stretching out for that one. You saw him, Jaden Tate, 1st and goal for the Winfield Vikings.
Well, it's all a timing play right there.
Now, this is the way it's done. Watch, he'll step up, and then he'll just square up and throw it, and that is perfectly timed and done. Great stretch, great catch.
Yeah, absolutely. Hayden Gibson, 3-step drop, and then just lays it out for his receiver, and laid it out position when only he could go get it. Defender really didn't have a chance.
Klein Motors, KleinMotorsInc.com, providing the replays tonight. Nice job in the truck on that one, fellas. 1st and goal for the Vikings. Sniffing pay dirt, straight up the middle. Did he get there? Let's see. Did he get in the end zone? Boy, from this angle, it almost looked like he did, but they're going to say no.
And they spot him just short, about 6 inches on the dive play, right up the middle.
Yep, just shy. Sawyer with the carry. Pretty good job then by the Bulldogs to keep him out. Under 2 minutes left in this first quarter. Sniffing for the pay dirt. As you see, Jaden Tate come in with a play. 2nd down and goal. Officially the ball's on the 1, but unofficially you can smell it. Oh, fall down, and that's not going to gain anything positive. Probably going to lose a little bit there. As Hayden Gibson, I think, was submarined right at the line of scrimmage. If he didn't fall, if that was the case, then that was an awfully good play by the nose of our Kansas City. Let's see what happened. No, his knee touched.
Yes.
He went down and his knee touched. That goes all the way back to the 1 by my count.
From watching Winfield play, they've had some issues with the exchange there. In the center snap.
So 3rd and goal once again. Vikings trying to push this in. The first score of the 2017 Cowley Cup.
The Bulldogs get a hold here. It'd be absolutely huge. And a big confidence gain, I think, for our Kansas City as well.
No doubt. 3rd and goal. Here's the handoff. Sawyer, short. That is not going to be ruled a fumble, I'm sure. They're going to put it down just short of the goal line again, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that's got to be just inches
If
from
that.
the goal line. Yes.
Mick Bryant was involved in that play, and once again, the Winfield Vikings, they think they pushed it across, but to no avail. So the first quarter is going to come very close to an end on this 4th down and goal play. Look at the football. It's just, it's just barely there. Barely off the plane.
Maybe 4 inches at the most.
Play clock down to under 10 seconds. And it looks like they might call a timeout here. Oh, actually, they reset the play clock or no? There's an official's timeout. The clock is still running.
And the play clock
just reset. So they're going to ask about that. Play clock and the game clock continues to run. We're down to 5 seconds now, 4. You see the play clock or the game clock on the screen, and now they're going to call a timeout. Rick Ruman puts the hands up in the air. We're down to 6.7 seconds and a timeout by the Winfield Vikings. Interesting.
Yeah, Coach Lynn Hibbs was not happy with the call, obviously. Wanted to talk to the line judge.
Well, we take a look at it from that back angle. And again, stretching. The football hits the ground. Again, pretty inconclusive from where we're seeing it, but you saw him stretch. You saw the ball hit the ground as he was down. So technically there, no fumble. Play is stopped.
Make a note, we got to come up with a cone cam.
Yeah, no kidding. Boy, wouldn't that be something? Well, Zach's probably already writing that down.
He probably already thought about it, nor than Zach.
More than likely. So here comes the play. 4th down, 4th and goal. More than likely to end this first quarter of play, and what a way to end it. Let's see what happens here. We owe you a break. We'll go to that once this first quarter is over with, all said and done. Ark City Bulldogs, you saw them coming back onto the football field. Winfield Vikings now head back out.
Vikings
just shy of the goal line.
Yeah, they have not had success running up the gut. Let's see if they maybe fake it here and try to go outside, but that hasn't been the most successful. May watch for the pass right here, CJ.
This is their second trip to the red zone. Their first time resulted in a turnover. Back to throw. Here is a fade. That might work, and it does. Great catch by Kyle Sawyer. Touchdown Vikings, and the first points of the 2017 Cowley Cup are on the board.
Had a feeling that was coming. They hadn't had much success running the ball, had a good play fake on it, and again, the running game sets up the play action, and there it worked right there.
Yes, it does, and a pretty good play action too. And again, just kind of flipped it up there. Very nice route, very nicely done, and 6 points for the Vikes, and they'll go for the extra point here. Gibson is holding, and here comes the extra point. It's in the air, and I don't know, I think he might have missed that.
And
he did. A wide right for Mark Clifford, but that is our first score of the game. We go to another kickoff. 1.9 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and the Vikings have a 6-0 lead.
CJ, we talked about how the special team is going to make an impact on this game, and again, it rears its ugly head as the Vikings couldn't get it between the goalpost and Ark City with a very, very good kicker in Kevin Clark.
Yep, just pushed it to the right. Lynn Hibbs, head coach for the Vikings, talking to his team along with head coach Braden Smith for Ark City High School. Good to run into Aaron Booker again. I remember when Aaron Booker was a student teacher so long ago. Tom Hollingsworth then was the athletic director for the Bulldogs. Good to see Aaron decide to stick around. He and his wife, good folks. So the Vikings are going to kick this thing off, and as soon as it's touched, we'll wind down this first quarter of play. And again, it's going to end up being a really nice night for football. Again, the breeze is still blowing out here. The temperature's diminished. Easily 85 degrees at kickoff time, and it was over that not too long before that either. So there's the kick. It's going to be short. In fact, it's probably going to go out of bounds, and it does. That'll result in a penalty. So the Ark City Bulldogs will take over with at least one play under their belt. Second penalty flag of the night. So the Bulldogs will come on. Vikings and Bulldogs. We've still got a lot to talk about. We'll run down the schedules for the Vikings and the Bulldogs coming up here during the broadcast. We'll bring you what's going on with the numbers for both these teams. what the divisions break down like. And this was fascinating to me, the ABCTL divisions. And again, I just, it's kind of it still throws me for a loop every time I see it. That I just, I just smile and I say, well, that's the way things are supposed to be, I suppose. 1.9 ticks remaining as Kevin Clark brings the Bulldog offense out with a couple wide and one in the slot. Does a hard count, looks to the right. 5 seconds on the play clock. And he'll get the snap off, just a little handoff. Well, there's a nice open hole, and that's the first real positive yardage the Ark City Bulldogs have gotten. And we go to our first break of the night. Thanks so much for joining us. It's the Cowley Cup 2017.
At First Council Casino and Hotel, it pays to cross the state line. Play all your favorite games. Stay for a while at our luxurious hotel. The biggest acts play at First Council. Make the short drive and see for yourself. See Three Dog Night at First Council Casino on September 23rd. For tickets, go to 7clans.com. 7 Clans First Council Casino and Hotel. It pays to cross the state line.
Well, I wish I could be like a bird in the sky.
No one likes being stuck. That's why Ford is developing new ways to help you move through life. Faster, easier, better. Today and tomorrow, we're going further so you can.
Well, coming into this ball game here, you see the graphic of Winfield by the numbers. Rushing yards about 100 plus, or actually a little less than 100, around 90 or so. 5 touchdowns. Make that number 6 now. Vikings trying to get something going, and they did with the first 6 points of the night. As we go to the second quarter of action, Scott Gurney, C.J. Layton hanging out with you on a football Friday night. Beautiful night for football, too. Breeze is still there, and here comes the 2nd and 4 play. It's caught, first down, out across the 50, back into Viking territory, and it's very nicely done. Pretty good pitch and catch for the Ark City Bulldogs. That was Brotman on the reception.
Yeah, Brotman, the All-State receiver last year, comes back a little bit late this year, makes a nice grab there, scoots down the sideline, and host of Vikings run him out of bounds.
Yeah, just a very good possession play. A nice pitch, a very good possession catch, very, very nicely wrapped up. Made sure the ball was tucked tight before you go north-south. First down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Trey, maybe a couple yards out of that, and it'll bring up second down. Ark City minus 12 offensively in the first quarter. Ouch.
Yeah, pretty sketchy, but
trying to make it back up on these last 2 plays. It's only going to be a yard for Trey Watkins. It'll bring up second down.
Stayed out that whole last series, now back in. The Bulldogs.
Hopefully everything's okay. Ark City back up to even Steven on the yardage at 0, and they're hoping to get something going here. They trail by 6 as we go through our first minute here in the second quarter. Second down and 9. Trey again will test the waters and not get much going there, this time going to the left side. One of the men at the bottom of the pile, Pedro Pascual, or excuse me, that is actually Ty Bonesteel for the Vikings.
You can see Watson trying to cut it off that left side of the line, but again, offensive line struggling for both squads here, and defense really flexing its muscles.
Yeah, and both teams' defensive ends, and especially the guys on the corners, seem to really be reading these running plays well. They're squaring up, not letting a lot get outside, if anything at all.
Hey, running back for Winfield, Kyle Sawyer is also your outside linebacker, and closed very quickly on the play, reading the quarterback's eyes.
Passing play on third down, flushed, rushed, and throws as he is hit, and that's going to go well out of bounds. I don't believe there'll be a flag on that, as that was.
I think they're discussing
they're going to throw
grounding.
it. They're going to throw it. It is going to be thrown. So after a word to the man on the far side, Rick Ruman is your referee, and you're going to see the intentional grounding call. So they're going to lose quite a bit of yardage. They lose that down, obviously. They'll lose yardage from the point of the infraction right there at about the 37-yard line. Let's see how this develops.
Well, watch the penetration right through the offensive line. As you see,
Yeah, that wasn't anywhere near anybody.
Yeah. 55 Gavin Crow comes right through, and he actually comes from the opposite side defensive end spot to make the play.
So, yeah, they had a discussion, then they dropped it, and that's going to force the punting unit on. He'll stand and wait for the football at about his 25-yard line. It's going to be a very short kick. It's a high kick, and once again, everybody's kind of get away from it. And that football is going to die right there, as you see on your TV screen. 10:03 remaining in the second.
CJ, we got a stiff wind here at Lee Jans Stadium.
Definitely.
And he punted right into it. Got the ball up, and that's a no-no. You want to try to bullet that one, low trajectory, and get it to bounce once it does.
Get a little bit of end over end, try to, of some way, and get that thing a hopping. So first down and 10 for the Winfield Vikings. They lead at 6-0. Cowley Cup 2017. Couple minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Let's see that Viking offense. Gibson still at quarterback. Play action. And does a pretty good job of getting out of that predicament. Nice move, gets across the 40, back to around the 35-yard line and bring up second down.
Gibson's not the fleet-footed kind of guy that you'll see Clark doing. He can get around a little bit better than what Gibson can. But Crandall coming in, he's a guy with real quick feet, but you can see just running out of running room there. Did the best to make up what he could.
They'll give him a couple, actually, to the 44. It brings up second down now and 8. Clock on the move at 9:30. Series that goes all the way back to 1908. We do know that Winfield High School lost our Kansas City High School in that one. We just don't know the score. The first score we have is from the 1920 game, where Ark City defeats Winfield 7-6. So they've been close going all that way farther back. Straight give, not going to get much, if anything at all. It'll bring up third down.
Another big stop for the Bulldogs. That time the Will linebacker, Blake Watkins comes in there and makes a big play. You see he was blitzing the whole way. Watch him cut.
That's a great shot from the end zone, Cam, too, and boom, yeah, he is just right there. A couple of steps and Blake's all over it. 5'9", 175-pound senior. Third down and 7. 6-0 Vikings. There you see the graphic. There you see the man with the football in his hand, Hayden Gibson. Play action, roll near side. And again in trouble. I'll tell you what, the Ark City defense has been all over this so far. That's Nick Bain, a sophomore, 5'11", 160, and he was all over that one.
Yeah, Bain read the play right off the bat, seeing the quarterback's eyes. Again, feeds it to the outside. Didn't bite on the bootleg. Wraps him up. We talk about wrapping up. This kid knows all about it. Really good wrestler as well.
Yeah, no kidding. I saw that last name, and that's some pretty good stock dating back probably about 3 decades at least. So once again, being forced to punt. He'll stand and receive it at his 20, and there's the kick. Yeah, that's going to sail with that wind. It's going to keep on going, too, and that's going to go all the way inside the 5. Are you kidding me? All the way down to the 4-yard line. That, my friends, is close to 60 yards on the punt.
Yeah, another special teams mistake there for our Kansas City, letting that one happen.
You got to be back deeper.
Travel. Yeah, well, you got to be back deeper. You know the wind's blowing that way. You know the kid, if you got any type of scouting report, you know the kid can put it in the air. He puts it 61 yards down the field. But even at that, you got to go chase the ball. You got to do something to stop that. And Nate Spencer's got the speed to get back there and take care of it. Just made a bad decision there.
Bulldogs in a major hole, 1st and 10. They'll operate there. You see it at the far hash mark from the 4-yard line. Lights are on here, and it is a beautiful scene to behold on a Kansas Friday night. Trying to bounce outside. Trey, not going to get much. Again, pretty good containment. Stepping in from the near side, Gavin Crow. It'll bring up second down. Beautiful night again for football. A lot of the renovations on this beautiful stadium since I've been gone. I mean, it's just beyond belief. You look at the field, you look at the great track. Nice press facility up here, good hospitality. Just an overall great experience on Friday night.
About 7 years ago, I believe they came in and completely redid everything. Field, new turf, of course, and they took the grass up and a lot of football old timers were heavily against that, but
I'm sure
the upkeep is always tough.
That's Steele, not Steele, but that's Jordan Wilson on the carry. Again, not much going on. As stepping up, Landon Davis, there you see him. It'll bring up third down now.
And again, defense flexing its muscles on both sides of the football.
7-yard line, trying to get something moving. 3rd and 7 from the 7. Coming up halfway through our second quarter of play. We'll talk about things at the halftime break. Talk about the Cowley Cup Series history in our flashback. That'll be a lot of fun. Play clock down to 5, now 4. Gets it off in plenty of time. Rolling near side. Now that's going to be a good keeper. And hey, he may have enough for the first down. He does. Nice keeper. Little bit of a stutter step, and that's good enough.
Well, you saw Clark looking downfield, read the coverage well, realized he had some real estate in front of him, tucks it under, and heads downfield. Just what you want your quarterback to do.
We see that right elbow wrapped up still from the problems he had last week, but a pretty good play, pretty nice run. 1st and 10 for the Ark City Bulldogs, and they'll operate now. A little bit more breathing room, looking like the 16-yard line. Trips to the far side. First time I've noticed this formation tonight. And again, it's Kevin. That'll go up to close to the 20, where it'll bring up second down.
Clark again calling his own number. Tried it off the right side, weaving, bobbing. Trying to get just one more yard.
One of my favorite memories of this contest is when we broadcasted in the 1990s. Our Kansas City High School had a terrific running back, Mike Bobeck, who was also a state track star, and Marty tagged him Bye-Bye Bobeck, so I got to say that one year, and I thought that was fantastic because he was gone. Yeah, he broke 2 runs that year. Here we go on a 2nd and 6 play. Back to throw. No, delayed draw, quarterback draw. Great block in the middle, and that's going to go to the 30-yard line, and that's going to be another first down for the Ark City Bulldogs. Somebody got tagged right in the middle, and another nice run by Kevin Clark.
Clark read it, pulled it down,
boom,
shoots right up the middle. You see 81 Landon Davis coming in and saving what could have been a potential touchdown right there if Clark doesn't get dropped.
That's a good open field tackle by Davis, the junior. Ark City Bulldog offense started at their 4. Now they're all the way to the 30. 1st and 10, 5:10 remaining in our opening half. Landon, far side, not going to get much. That's Jordan Wilson, excuse me. He'll bring up second down, and again, another good tackle. And look, there's that number again.
Yeah, he's coming out of the ball game, holding that arm a little awkwardly, but again, I think Wilson brought more of that to the dance floor than.
Let's see the contact on the shoulder. Hopefully it's nothing more than a stinger.
It looked like it may have happened when he landed back on the ground when Wilson went over the top of him, so
hopefully
impact coming off the ground. I'm sure probably just a little stinger, and he'll be back.
Hopefully he'll be just fine. 2nd down and 8. Out of the gun, double dribbles, but then takes it straight up the middle and saves that play completely, close to a first down.
Again, Clark, innovation, and his feet save him once again. Able to pick up the ball and make a nice gain out of it.
Yeah, that's 7 yards to the 41-yard, or 39, excuse me. So yeah, that's going to bring up 3rd and short. Well, that could have been disastrous. 1 bounce, 2 bounce. Instead of shooting the free throw, he took off for the hoop.
Ironically, you say that he's starting point guard for the Ark City Bulldogs.
And again, he'll call his own number, 1st down and more. And those are some pretty good feet. Now he's starting to assert himself a little bit. That's going to be 10+ out to the 50-yard line.
Well, you got to give him credit for running the ball, but I tell you what, that O-line is actually starting to flex their muscles.
Yeah, that's a hole right there. Look at that.
Great pull there by the guard. Squirts Clark open. He takes off downfield. And again, one of those drives that if sustained turns the old Mo right back into your direction.
You got that covered. You'd love to have that going into the halftime locker room. You see the graphic. We're coming up on 3:30 remaining. Give to Jordan again, and this time not a whole lot of running room. Again, testing the waters outside. I mean, that's fine, but there just hasn't been a whole lot of running room for either team outside the defensive end.
Well, again, establishing that run game and then coming right back with it, not necessarily play action pass, but opening things up. He's back like he's going to pass and then takes off running, does Clark. So.
Open up the middle, yeah. Boy, those are some quick feet. I'm very impressed with the feet of Kevin Clark, to be certain.
Well, he's not got the strongest arm in the world. It's average, probably at best. But the biggest thing about this kid, he's a competitor. and he's improved so much from last year on his footwork.
2nd down and 9, and again he'll keep it himself. And again that beautiful hole up the middle, and a great job of running again by Kevin Clark. He just kind of picks and chooses his way through, and that's plenty enough for a 1st down across the 40-yard line of Winfield Vikings.
Well, we talked about the Bulldogs having 0 rushing yards or zero offensive yards so far, and I think they're up to a positive 41 now on this drive alone.
A lot of that on the heels of Kevin Clark. In fact, probably all of it on the heels, feet, and ankles of Kevin Clark. 1st down and 10 inside the 40 of the Winfield Vikings. Vikings show blitz, and here they come, and Clark still able to run out of it. That's just a great move, but the Vikings really tried to bring the pain there. He'll get a couple out of that.
Pursuit there by Winfield, chasing him out of the backfield.
There you saw 2 players step up.
Row contain, and there's Sawyer dragging him down from behind, grabs him by his uni and pulls him down.
Damian Morris-Lawler also in on the stop. Again, that beautiful shot, great camera work by the crew so far tonight as we look at this beautiful turf here at Richard L. Jant Stadium, Winfield, Kansas. Hope you're enjoying it from wherever you are. That's over the middle, and that's a great catch. That is some kind of catch.
Yes, that was.
Beautiful, beautiful stretch out. That's Hunter O'Toole for the Bulldogs, and that's a 1st down.
Laying it out, sacrificing the body. Big stretch by O'Toole. 6'1", 175-pounder.
Tucked it in with the one arm, too. That was just a very nice football play. That's something you treasure as a kid. You think back, you're going through the heat of the game, but you think back, you treasure, kid, wow, I actually made that catch, and it was a beauty, too. 1st and 10. Bulldogs continue to bring the heat. This time, though, Kevin, not a whole lot. Tested the waters, got held up, and maybe got a yard and a half. It'll bring up 2nd down. Look at the clock, though. It continues to move now at 1:23. And they will call the timeout, the Ark City Bulldogs, with 1:23 remaining. Let's break that down for you. 2nd and 9. It looks like around the 24-yard line, so there's still time. Bulldogs still with 2 timeouts left.
Solid play by Nathan Fox in there. Just standing his offensive lineman straight up. He's one of those outside tackle guys in the 4-4 defense that Coach Hibbs has drawn up for his Vikings this year.
When it comes to real news, it's just like shoes, cars, and other products. You get what you pay for, and you can get unlimited access to the CourierTraveler website. Get this, just $3.99 a month, $33 a year, unlimited. Sign up now, ctnewsonline.com. That's ctnewsonline.com. Thank you, CourierTraveler. This has been a fun ride so far. We're not even halfway through it yet. Scott is to my right. I'm CJ, just kind of hanging out. Thank goodness they haven't asked us to do any more 2 shots. I was looking at the playback, and that was frightening. But tell you what, these guys do such a tremendous job. That's a great shot. Look at that. Look at that. Now this is what a game like this is all about. Look at them. Viking crowd, Ark City Bulldog crowd, as we go back to live action on the 2nd and 9. Still 2 timeouts again for our Kansas City. Kevin back to throw, a little swing pass. Let's see if he can break this first tackle. He did. That's always important. They're holding him up, and actually, wow, let's see what they do. They ran him back. He was all the way up to the 20, then he turned his back, and that's going to lose him a couple. The clock continues to move now, 3rd down.
You would think they'd give him forward progress on that, but he did turn.
He turned, yeah, he made the move. So they're going to go quickly, 3rd down, under a minute.
Yeah, Kevin a little bit late getting him the ball.
3rd down play. It's going to be a straight carry by Wilson, and he's going to go down. So that's 4th down. Lawler on the stop for Winfield High School, and another timeout for the Ark City Bulldogs.
Don't expect him to kick here. This may be a little bit out of Kevin Clark's range.
Especially with the wind blowing in his face.
Absolutely. So look for him to go for it here on 4th down.
And again, they've still got 1 timeout left. If they can get a positive sideline play for a 1st down and get out of bounds, it gives them a couple more options. And again, they have just held this football for a very long time here in this 2nd quarter. This started on their 4-yard line.
Yeah, you talk about the play in special teams where they, where Spencer, let that ball go past him on the punt, goes back to the 4-yard line, and they just ground this one out. Basically used up all of the second quarter for the most part.
Well, you have to get something out of it. You talked about momentum, I mean, if they somehow pull this out and get this score somehow, then, oh, yeah, that changes the moon, the stars, and the sun. But to go all this way, and then if you get denied, it kind of swings the other way, too. This is a huge play, 4th and 7. 4
wide for the Dogs. Clark's going to tuck it, keep it himself. He might have it. He does, CJ. And he fumbles the ball.
He fumbled the football. The Winfield Vikings recover. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. The Vikings will probably take a knee or two. And watch the footwork. The footwork is a beauty to behold. He got a great block. He was able to get in between two, but then, oops, there it goes. There it goes.
Absolute stick.
Izzy with the recovery. And, wow, yeah, that is a tough break for the Bulldogs, again, who basically carried this football a good majority of the second quarter, and that just, wow. I just hope that doesn't deflate this team who's had so many struggles here in this first half. But wow, that's a tough one. That's a tough one to take.
I'll tell you what, your defense has been off the field for quite some time, but a lot of those guys going both ways. Let's see if the Bulldog defense can step up here. Winfield's got to try to get out from underneath the shadow of their own goalpost here.
Well, it looks like they're going to take that knee with just 40 seconds remaining, and they do. And let's see if the officials let him just go ahead and just carry that out. Oh, what a tough break for the Ark City Bulldogs, too. Kevin Clark had that first down. They would have stopped the clock while they moved the chains. Everything in their favor. And the Winfield Vikings will not have to run another play.
Well, we talked about how huge the turnover game was going to be in this and who was going to make the big mistake. 1-1 on turnovers now as Ark City's got a fumble and Winfield do as well.
6-0 and some strange plot twists already in this first 24 minutes. What will the next 24 minutes hold for both these head coaches and both these fine teams? Winfield Vikings 6, Arkansas City Bulldogs 0. We'll be back with our halftime entertainment after you hear this.
This broadcast of the 2017 Cowley Cup on the CourierTraveler Community Network is brought to you by USD 465, voted Best Public School District and Best Preschool in Cowley County. USD 465, we proudly support our Vikings. Winfield Pharmacy is your locally owned, full-service, independent pharmacy. We pride ourselves in the exceptional customer service we provide to our friends and neighbors. Winfield Pharmacy at 1708 East 9th Avenue. Make a brilliant first impression with healthy teeth and a happy smile with Dr. Stan Sawyer DDS. Trust the dental professionals at Sawyer Dentistry to take care of every member of your family. Dr. Stan Sawyer DDS in Winfield. The Winfield Area Chamber of Commerce, from business resources, visitor information, and relocation materials. The Winfield Area Chamber of Commerce is your source for all things Winfield. The Winfield Area Chamber of Commerce, the front door to your community. Watkins Family Dental. In our relaxed office setting, we pride ourselves in providing gentle, effortless dentistry while utilizing the latest in dental technology. You'll love the results you'll get from the caring and experienced dental professionals at Watkins Family Dental.
Well, I wish I could be like a bird in the sky.
No one likes being stuck. That's why Ford is developing new ways to help you move through life. Faster, easier, better. Today and tomorrow, we're going further so you can.
At First Council Casino and Hotel, it pays to cross the state line. Play all your favorite games. Stay for a while at our luxurious hotel. The biggest acts play at First Council. Make the short drive and see for yourself. See Three Dog Night at First Council Casino on September 23rd. For tickets, go to 7clans.com. 7 Clans First Council Casino and Hotel. It pays to cross the state line.
Life is a series of moments that define your journey. The decision to go back to school, I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but in that moment I had a second chance. Cowley College connects the dots between school, work, and family, making my passion my possibility.
Welcome back, everybody. We are at halftime at Richard L. Jant Stadium in Winfield, Kansas. The 2017 edition of the Cowley Cup football game And this is made possible, of course. Thank you, Legleiter Video Productions. Thank you, CTNewsOnline.com. Everybody, both those organizations doing great work here. Scott, the action on the football field in the first quarter, of course, filled with defense. Second quarter, that kind of turned around a little bit. The Ark City offense did show signs of life, but again, there's a couple of breaks in there in that first half that changed everything on the scoreboard.
Absolutely, and if you're Coach Hibbs right now in the locker room, you're probably telling your guys, you know what, we were this close to getting scored on, but we made a play, and that's exactly what we want. On the other side, if you're Coach Braden Smith, you're talking about, guys, we got to quit shooting ourselves in the foot. We've made so many bonehead plays that have kept us from doing what we want to do in this ball game. And honestly, they're kicking themselves in the foot. Really, they are. I think Winfield has done what they needed to do, defense-wise, causing turnovers. Winfield or Ark City has done the same thing to them, tied 1-1 in the turnover gig. But defense really has been the name of the game so far in this first half. Ark City showed a little flair right there. I thought they were going to drive it on into the end zone, but turned it over.
And they did, too. And by the way, talking about football, I want to show you the man to my right. Take a look at that mug. That is a beautiful, beautiful man right there, folks.
Wow.
1985, 32 years ago. And here we go. Here's our flashback.
Oh, my gosh.
Steve Fields goes down the sideline. He's across the 30.
That's
and
beautiful.
Finally hit out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Scott Gurney, the safety, had to make the stop over there. Garrett Long.
Okay, now the excuses come already. Remember.
Here is a pitch to the right side, and this is Jay Reinking running out of the backfield. Reinking looking
Boy, you game for shit. Look at that ankle tackle. Huh? That's Scott Gurney, folks. That's the man to my right. And look at the score, though. Wow. That may have been one of the largest margins, if not the largest margin, unfortunately, for Scott and his lack of whiskers.
Back at the 40-yard line.
Grab that football, Scott. Grab that football.
I did not know that was coming.
You're watching exclusive coverage of the 2017 Cowley Cup and the young Scott on the CourierTraveler Community Network. For more information, log on to CTNewsOnline.com. Back with more after you see this.
Well, I wish I could be like a bird in the sky.
No one likes being stuck. That's why Ford is developing new ways to help you move through life faster, easier, better. Today and tomorrow, we're going further so you can.
At First Council Casino and Hotel, it pays to cross the state line. Play all your favorite games. Stay for a while at our luxurious hotel. The biggest acts play at First Council. Make the short drive and see for yourself. See Three Dog Night at First Council Casino on September 23rd. For tickets, go to 7clans.com. 7 Clans First Council Casino and Hotel. It pays to cross the state line.
Life is a series of moments that define your journey. My journey began with one word, Cowley.
When I stepped foot on the Cowley College campus, it felt like home.
Here, instructors inspire me to test my limits.
Activities engage my passion.
And I create my own adventure.
And having a little extra money in my pocket.
That's important too.
Cowley connects the dots between what's in the classroom
to what's happening on campus,
to what lies ahead. Cowley College, connect to your future.
Well, you can see us back live here at Richard L. Jant Stadium in Winfield, Kansas, home of the Southwestern College Mound Builders and the Winfield Vikings. Scott Gurney, C.J. Layton. I am still trying to wipe the laugh lines from my eyes after a very nice video flashback. Thank you guys in the truck. Scott did not know that was coming. You could tell by the look on his face. Ark City leads this series, if you take a look at the graphic right there, with 51 wins.
They do. It has been lopsided. There was a stretch there, 16 wins in a row for Arkansas City. The Bulldogs just dominated through much of what we talk about the 80s, basically from 1982 to 1997, did not lose a ball game to Winfield, and then it kind of switched around back in the late 90s.
A little bit, I remember that, and I think Ark City's success, of course, also reflective of its wrestling success. If you look back in those days, that's absolutely incredible. 16, though, that's a pretty long win streak for the Bulldogs. Winfield 11-2 since 1998. I am surprised at the number of shutouts. Now that I look at this graphic, I'm really surprised at 18 total shutouts. Unreal.
It is, and Ark City with 12 of those, and Winfield with 6. But, yeah, two teams that have had a history of some high flyers and some great scoring teams. And shutouts. Be interesting to see back how long ago that was. I know we saw some 6-0s, but those were 6 and 7-0s, but that was way back. Some 12-0 back in 69, and a 7-0 back in 63.
Well, the 1920s, look at this. 1921, Winfield 46-0. 1922, Winfield 61-0. 1923, Ark City 6. Winfield nothing. And then the next information we have was from 1929, Ark City 19, Winfield nothing. So just in that stretch, you had 4 shutouts that we're aware of.
Yeah, and you know what? Back then, Winfield played Southwestern.
Right, yeah, they did.
That was some incredible information.
True. We've got another graphic, too. If you look at the bottom of this graphic you're seeing on your computer screen right now or your phone, you're looking at Winfield moving divisions and then moving classifications. Then in 2012 and 2013, not played due to redistricting. We have another graphic up there. The guys in the truck will probably show it to us a little bit later on. But it actually talks about the ABCTL divisions. And for a guy that when I was here remembers the Ark Valley League, just the old Ark Valley League, for a guy like me to look at those, thanks, guys. There's the divisions. I'm looking at this going, wow, our Kansas City is got to go, really? They got to go there? And then I look at Winfield. It's like, well, they got to go there. It's interesting.
It is interesting. And you know, 5A, 4A issues that have been with, you know, if you're Ark City, you're going, man, we need to be playing those guys. And if you're Winfield, I mean, you're looking at Winfield's schedule going, you know, we used to play those guys. Ark City used to play in that group with the El Dorados and the Augustas, McPhersons, Mulvane, you know, a bunch of those schools. And now everything's redistricted and classes are different. Ark City kind of down in that lower part of 5A and Winfield up there in the 4A. So it'll be interesting to see how it comes up this week. They're going to look at that next week and see how that's redistricting could go.
The guys in the truck had put together a highlight package from the first half. Let's kind of take a look at some of these numbers as you see the graphic there. And even, you know, it was one of those things early on there. You see it, testing the waters in the interior, nothing there. Again, just it was all defensive. Now, here is a nice play, but unfortunately, that's the result. And that was the first of a couple of turnovers here in this first half. Those are great camera shots, guys.
You see both teams giving great pursuit. And really, you know, the only big play that honestly, the only big plays we've actually seen is Kevin Clark running the football.
Yeah, there you see, here comes the beautiful layout catch.
Yeah, the one big pass play of the ball game right there.
And then here's your touchdown pass right here, and that makes it 6-0. Of course, the extra point was pushed wide. The only scoring we would see, Kevin Clark trying to get something going. Nice little swing pass to the outside. The little trips they took outside would eventually start opening up things a little bit later on. Vikings again trying to go to the interior, still not having a whole lot of success. Again, although, as I say, they do lead by a 6-0 count. Again, great defensive pursuit once again.
Bulldogs were full of it. Just kept contained, kept pressure on the quarterback. Drops him for another loss.
Always 1, 2, 3 people seemingly surrounding the quarterback. There's another nice open field hit. But now, all of a sudden, the Kevin Clark show does come out. They found something in the middle of the football field that they could exploit. That was one. Here comes another. And again, nicely done. Really good feet. And it looked like the Bulldogs, starting from their 4-yard line. Starting from their 4.
Yeah.
We thought they were going to go 96 yards down the field, but something happened on the way to that as they test the waters to the outside. They're inside the zone now. Once again, Kevin And you know that he's going to run well, but look at this. Out of all that work, that's what happens, unfortunately, for the Bulldogs. And if you're Braden Smith, you got to say, forget that fumble. Let's just keep rolling. Great football game tonight. 6-0 Vikings. We've got more coverage right after you hear this.
This broadcast of the 2017 Cowley Cup on the CourierTraveler Community Network is brought to you by Winfield Pharmacy is your locally owned, full-service, independent pharmacy. We pride ourselves in the exceptional customer service we provide to our friends and neighbors. Winfield Pharmacy at 1708 East 9th Avenue. Make a brilliant first impression with healthy teeth and a happy smile with Dr. Stan Sawyer DDS. Trust the dental professionals at Sawyer Dentistry to take care of every member of your family. Dr. Stan Sawyer DDS in Winfield. USD 465, voted Best Public School District and Best Preschool in Cowley County. USD 465, we proudly support our Vikings. Watkins Family Dental. In our relaxed office setting, we pride ourselves in providing gentle, effortless dentistry while utilizing the latest in dental technology. You'll love the results you'll get from the caring and experienced dental professionals at Watkins Family Dental. The Winfield Area Chamber of Commerce, for business resources, visitor information, and relocation materials. The Winfield Area Chamber of Commerce is your source for all things Winfield. The Winfield Area Chamber of Commerce, the front door to your community.
It's the 2017 Cowley Cup, and again, our thanks to all of our good friends at the CourierTraveler Community Network and also at Legleiter Video Productions. It's been a splendid-looking TV screen in front of Scott and I for the whole night. We've got another 24 minutes of football coming up. And again, we went to break talking about head coach Braden Smith, and you would think, anyway, I'm trying to get into Braden Smith's head, not knowing the man whatsoever, but, you would think if you're Braden Smith, you just say, guys, that last play of the first half, let it go. Forget about it. You went from your we found a way to go from a hole almost to pay dirt, and we took a long time off the clock to do it. Remember that.
Well, you got to think, okay, we found a weakness. Mm-hmm. Let's exploit it when we come back on the field. Forget that half. Let's go out and let's do the same thing again. Let's put the pressure on them. Let's make them make bad plays. Let's make them make mistakes and take advantage of it. Now, if you're Coach Hibbs on the other side,
do you cheat a linebacker or a safety maybe?
I think you've got to put somebody on Kevin Clark.
Yep.
I think you've got to put a man on him and just snipe him the rest of the night and just shadow him, everything he does. Now, he may not think that's the direction to go. We'll find out and see what adjustments Coach Hibbs has made in the second half. We'll find out what Coach Smith has made in the second half. What are they going to do? Are they going to try to open up the passing game a little bit more? Clark's had time back there. He's chose to take the ball down and take off running with it. I know some of them had to have been called quarterback draws. But let's see if they try to open it up a little bit more in the second half. We saw Winfield do that against Circle here the last time Winfield was on League Jan Stadium. So we'll find out, if they try to open it up as well. And right now, Sawyer has been pretty much kind of held in check. The only one really grounding and pounding is Kevin Clark. He's got 11 rushes, 62 yards so far on the night. He's thrown. He's 3 of 5 for 23 yards. Of course, no points on the board yet for the Bulldogs.
And that's really got to be the only disappointment, too, because they basically own the second quarter. So, I just keep looking for that positive, and Braden Smith definitely has that to draw upon.
Yeah, looking at total yards here. Yeah, time of possession has been absolutely crazy. Ark City had 3 minutes basically in that first quarter, and Winfield had 9 minutes in the first quarter. For Ark City, 9 minutes total. They held the ball, and just under 3 minutes, just a total switch.
Total flip-flop,
yeah. Big time flip-flop right there, and both teams got to make some adjustments. Both teams got to clean up the mistakes. One thing I'm surprised at is the penalties. There have just been not that many. The ones that have been thrown, of course, unintentional grounding penalty was to Ark City's demise.
Yeah, just 2 penalties, both major, one for pass interference, and the other one was for that intentional grounding. Of course, you lose all that ground, and then, of course, you lose the down as well. So interesting to see, again, lack of penalties. That's the good thing. That's the good thing, the lack of penalties. But then, you get the turnovers and you get some of the busted plays we've seen, and hopefully you've got a couple of football teams that are really going to try to come out here and make things happen big. That's a good shot of head coach Lynn Hibbs for the Winfield Vikings. We've seen some shots of Braden Smith for our Kansas City high school football. There's a team that wants to try to continue a little bit of momentum here in this second half, and let's see what's going to happen here in about 1 minute. We're about 1 minute away from the kickoff of this third quarter, and also later on in this third quarter, we'll bring you the upcoming schedules for both these teams, for the Vikings, the Bulldogs. Let you see what they've got coming up.
CJ, I had a great conversation with Coach Lynn Hibbs, and trying to change the culture at Winfield, trying to bring back that winning tradition. He is not shy or inexperienced about winning at all. He's won over 100 games in his career.
Yeah.
In 2001, 2002, wins state championship back-to-back, 10 district champs, 3 league championships. The man knows winning. And he will change the culture here at Winfield. I promise you, it'll get it done. He talks about a program that they've got, listen, learn, and then lead. And there's so many kids that are buying into his program, and they're going to see that happen at Winfield, I'm sure. And Braden Smith, I tell you what, he's had a tough road to hoe at Ark City, and he's doing his best. Of course, he is no stranger to this field and this stadium. It's changed a little bit seeing what's here, but he still holds the records at Southwestern for total yards in a career, 5,920.
My goodness.
Yes, he has flat out put up some serious numbers. 3-year starter here at SC, and he's went through multiple coaching changes at Ark City. 2008 to 2010, he's a wide receivers coach, then went to quarterback coach, and then in 2013 got the head job.
Vikings will start this quarter with the wind at their back, and the Bulldogs will receive this third quarter kickoff. And so we're getting ready to roll once again. Mark Clifford with the duties for the Vikings. He'll use that wind to his advantage and put it up high and put it up deep. It's taken inside the 5 and going out to the 10. Has a little bit of room. Bouncing to the outside, and another good return in order to start this third quarter. That's a pretty good run by Montez Robinson in good field position for the Dogs, again, who are going to try to draw off of all the positives they saw in that second quarter.
Well, they've got to there, and Montez camps out underneath it, makes a nice catch, tucks the ball away.
Yep.
So important, takes it to the outside arm, and then just try to break, contain, and get outside. And was caught, brought down from behind by Jack Mole.
So away here come the Ark City Bulldogs, and was there a flag? We are looking at something, and yeah, there was a flag somewhere we did not catch. I apologize for that.
I think it was a horse collar. A late hit out of bounds or horse collar. It was one of the two. I saw it.
Well, it is a major penalty, and that gives our Kansas City field position in the Viking end of the territory. You can see it there, 1st and 10. Here's the carry by Trey, a flag on the play in the backfield. Usually when you see that, it's going to be some type of hold.
Watkins trying to get outside, and Landon Davis comes off his defensive end position. And
so here's Rick Ruman with the call, and it's going to be a hold against the Bulldogs. So whatever the penalty that brought them to that beautiful field position, let's see if we can catch the hold somewhere. Yeah, it looks like possibly on 81, Hunter Stewart dragging his man down as he tried to come through. That was Gavin Crow. More than likely where the flag was at. So now they'll repeat the down. It'll be 1st down and very long. They're all the way back in their own end of the field now at the 46-yard line. So 1st down and a bunch. Back to throw, near side, and incomplete. And I'll tell you, that was read perfectly by the defender on the near side. That was Nolan Faust. Ball thrown way behind Brotman, though. Way behind.
Yeah, you take a look here. Clark just kind of short arms that one, and a little miscommunication right there by Brotman. It looks like he was thinking a different pattern right there.
2nd down and 21 as we're just underway here in this third quarter. Having a lot of fun with Scott Gurney and the crew. I'm CJ Layton. It's been a blast.
It has been.
Large part of the broadcast made possible by our friends at Seven Clans Casino Hotel, First Council. A lot of great sponsors you've heard throughout this broadcast. Again, the delay, and here comes Kevin, and he got bumped from behind but did his forward progress getting the 1st down. Let's see what happens. Boy, those feet are quick.
He's going to pick up 12 of those feet. going to get them where they wanted
Well,
to be, but
no,
take a look at it here.
That's the first. Yeah, that's the first marker. I was thinking that was the second marker, but yeah, he just keeps going and going. Sawyer again going to be credited with a tackle for the Vikings. He's got to be in double digits by now.
I'll tell you what, you got to give credit for Hayden Gibbs, or I'm sorry, Kyle Sawyer coming up there.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat to sit here and watch another number 10 in blue do some work out there on the field as well.
And again, you call the number of Sawyer to make the stop, and he does so. Jordan Wilson goes down. It's going to be 4th down at about 8. More than likely, the Ark City Bulldogs into this win is going to try to figure out a way to maybe do some sort of punt that will kind of die somewhere. But you never can tell, though. I mean, we've seen him pick up 15-plus in a carry.
You're going to have to play for field position here, and my guess is we'll see a pooch punt here.
I am looking at a roll to the far side. He's looking to throw. He has a man. Is caught. First down. Inside the 25. He just was patient. Waited for his man. It was Hunter O'Toole.
Well, you can never outguess him. Clark did a smart job. Set up by the side. Joey Sprinkle called it. He said set up by the draw, and it definitely was. See Clark sprint out. Pulls up, launches.
Again, it was kind of a short arm throw, but it was right on the mark, and that's going to give the Ark City Bulldogs new life and a first down inside the Winfield red zone at the 19-yard line. So now if you're Braden Smith, you're going, okay, here we are again, fellas. What do we do this time?
I think what you got to continue to do what you've been doing.
Go to your strength, go up the middle.
Go up the middle and keep setting up that play by Clark.
There's Trey, and boy, I'll tell you what, that's a really good run. And again, nice job by the Winfield Vikings to shove him back, and that forward progress is going to go to close to the 10-yard line. And this time, Trey was able just to bounce a little bit from the middle. Now watch him just kind of bounce a little bit farther outside, and a nice cut.
Yeah, made a great cut right there, and that's what he needed to do. If he strung that out to the outside too early, they wouldn't have this field position right now.
So they're down to right about the 11-yard line. 9:11 remaining. There you see the graphic. 20 seconds on the play clock, so plenty of time. 2nd and 2. They need to get roughly the 9-yard line here. And a flag is down. Somebody jumped. And it looks like referee Rick Ruman hold up 4 fingers, so they're saying that Trey Watkins left too soon. So that is going to still bring up a 2nd down play. First minor penalty of the day. Let's watch and see if Trey. Yep, he's leaning definitely before the snap, so they got the 5-yarder there.
I wonder when he came up and made contact with Clark if there wasn't going to be any issue there, but sets him back.
Yeah, it's going to go back now to right around the 16. Still room, though, 2nd and 7 from that point. Play clock down to 10. Gets it off at 8, still looking far side, and that pass is complete. And once again, the Winfield Vikings come up, and I don't know, it appears that they've been testing that left side, and they appear to be able to move the ball forward on a positive note. Let's see how many yards we get out of this.
Going to Hunter O'Toole. Again, kind of his go-to guy.
He'd get 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 seconds, and then gets the pitch to O'Toole, and it's 3rd and very short.
Well,
3rd down, we'll call it a yard.
O'Toole going to a spot.
Here comes the blitz, and they're looking right at Cedric, and he's going to go down and lose a yard. Or maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. But anyway, here comes another big 4th down play. They sent the Dogs, and Sawyer easily double digits in tackles on the night, easily.
Good call by the defensive staff for Winfield, calling for the blitz, and everybody split the gaps. And again, with a quick feet of Kyle Sawyer getting back and making a play.
Yeah, he made that. He helped make that play. Somebody else got the initial hit, but this is another big 4th down play here. Clark tried to do the hard count. 11, now 10, now 9 seconds on the play clock. There you see the game clock. The Bulldogs are going to call timeout. 4th and 1 here. Once again, the Bulldogs in a situation where they need to come up with something.
Yeah, Coach didn't like the setup, the way the defense was set up, and the call he had, or play he was going to call, and smartly calls timeout. They were running out of time, and there's no sense in making a mistake right here. You've already made one mistake in the red zone. Don't compound it by making another one here. You need 6 points on the board. Bad.
There's no question about that. And again, you get to a situation like this, 4th down, roughly a yard. You've been in this situation before. You know that your strength, at least to this point, as being able to roll double C up the middle. There's your schedule for Winfield as they'll close out. It's Bueller next. Got the road trip to Ulysses, Mulvane at home. Always nice to finish up with a home game. Mays South, that ought to be a big one. And here's our Kansas City. 3 out of 4 at home. That's not a bad way to close things out.
Not bad at all. And Coach Smith.
There you see him, Braden Smith. Big 4th down play here. He'll keep Trey Watkins in the backfield with him, again operating out of the pistol. Big 4th down play. He's just going to look to pick it apart and does. Inside the 5, 1st and goal.
Kevin Clark runs the option to the left side. Does a nice job on the read, sees the seam, watches the push out block right there.
Beautiful.
By his tight end.
Beautiful split. So this is not the best of spots in the world, but it is a 1st down, a 1st and goal. They will put it just inside the 5 at the 4, right around the 4-yard line. Again, Ark City's been here before. So now let's see if they can close. They started this drive just outside their 30-yard line and then move forward because of the penalty. Clark once again, end zone, touchdown Clark. Touchdown Bulldogs, and we're tied.
Clark again calling his own number. They clear it out, student body right. And we'll just let our impact player get the job done.
Yeah, so far it's been pretty even as far as both sides go, as far as impact players, but there he is. There's Kevin. Jumps into the end zone for the 6 and the all-important extra point. Again with that breeze in the face. It's right around 15 miles an hour still. It really hasn't diminished much. So Clark, who does it all, will kick. Hunter O'Toole will hold. And of course, everything starts with the snapper. That's a good shot from the end zone, Cam. Almost didn't get the ball put down, but plenty of distance on the extra point kick. It's good, and our Kansas City takes a lead 7-0.
Well, you talk about a duo there. Kevin Clark, Hunter O'Toole. Hunter, your holder. Clark, your kicker. And that is so important to be able to receive that ball. Not the best snap in the world, but got it down, got the extra point, and we see
Boy, he just
Clark
stretches
again.
it out, and then says, here's where I'm going to dive, and takes care of it.
Great blocking on the outside by his line as well as his receivers. Clear hole. CC is coming through.
Thank you, Klein Motors, for all your replays. Klein Motors, KleinMotorsInc.com. Doing their best to earn your business every day. So the Ark City Bulldogs do hit pay dirt. Take another trip inside the red zone, and this time they capitalize. So
well,
let's see what this does for the remainder of this quarter.
We talked about adjustments at half, and Coach Smith coming out and getting right back on that horse and riding it all the way to the end zone. And the defense for the Vikings.
So Clark is just going to put it up in the air and keep it short and bounce it. This time it'll be recovered out across the 25. That's a great run by Sawyer. Hit that seam. One more man to beat. Well, he cut back 40, 35. But this time the Bulldogs have caught up. That's a heck of a run for a heck of a young athlete. Kyle Sawyer has really been taking care of it on the defensive side, and now his part of the special teams brings new life to the Vikings. Look at this. Great reception starts it.
It does, and Sawyer picks the ball up about the 25. Doesn't take a knee, doesn't call it. He just says, let's go. And that's why he's our Winfield impact player of the ball game, and again, stretches it out. Wait for some more blockers to get there, and takes care of the football. Now Vikings set up shop inside the 30.
28-yard line, far hash. Tremendous field position, and this is the first time that the Vikings will come in, and it looks like quarterback Casey Crandall is in now, and he will do the second handoff. Second man through, and he's gone. That is going to be a touchdown run for Jack Mull, and after a first half where you didn't see hardly anything, now you've got 13 points in the space of 5 minutes and 23 seconds.
I tell you what, the tag on Casey Crandall, small sophomore, weighs about $145 if he's soaking wet, but he's so quick to get the ball to the back, and it makes a huge difference when you're limited on time to make a hole. Got Mull the ball, he got through the hole in a hurry and scores.
That was a beautiful replay, guys. It also showed, again, young quarterback does this, just a sophomore, carries out the fake all the way. carries out his fake all the way. And down the road, that pays dividends.
Absolutely. Of course, Casey Crandall, son of
Ken.
Coach Ken Crandall here at Southwestern.
He knows a little bit about football.
Yeah, and I was a little wrong on Casey's size. He's actually 5'6", 125 as a sophomore. But, hey, getting in there and taking care of it. He's back under center again.
And they'll go for 2, and they'll give it to the same. No, he's going to throw on the run, and that's caught. That is a great little job by the youngster as he completes the 2-point conversion far corner to Jaden Tate.
No kidding. I'm taking a look at that going, oh, my gosh, how many times has this young man thrown the football in his career? 5 of 15 for right at 100 yards, but he makes a great job rotating out on the bootleg, steps up and throws a bullet to his receiver in the end zone.
Very nice catch by Tate, too. He secured that football. The coverage really wasn't bad at all, but Tate got that step, and that's all he needed. So just like that, in the space of, 25, 30 seconds, lead changes hands again. It must be the Cowley Cup.
It must be. 21 seconds, the time to score. And again, you got to give Sawyer credit for that great run back, sets Winfield up in a perfect position. Again, field position.
Right.
Comes into effect again. The kicking game, when you're kicking in that stiff wind, going to hold the ball up, you're not going to get the length that you're hoping for. But again, Sawyer doing a fantastic job returning the ball, and then you bring in Crandall, who's so quick. And I tell you what a trigger. Boy, did he turn loose to that ball in a heartbeat. I mean, just quick release right to him.
And now we see Montez Robinson again going back deep, who hasn't done too shabby himself on kickoff returns. It was his kickoff return that set the table for the Ark City offense to take that lead for 21 seconds anyway. That's pretty incredible, too. Again, after a first half where it was just points were like pulling teeth, all of a sudden you might see this thing opening up. That kickoff again is high and deep. It'll be taken at about the 2-yard line. Let's see how he operates here. Pretty good stutter step. And again, another good return. You're out past the 25, 26-yard line. Returns of 23, 24 yards. That's a good way to start your business.
You betcha. Doing well. Caught that got it within the 5 and quickly made his way north and south, I should say, from where we're at right here. Take a look at it here from the end zone cam.
Yeah, that's a beautiful job, too. Again, he immediately just looks up. He reads the line. Goes to where he thinks the hole could be. Pretty good pursuit by the Vikings there, too, though, on that particular kick. Nolan Faust, and last man on the ground with the stop. So 1st and 10, Bulldogs still with the wind in their face. They trail by 7. 14-7 score for the Vikings. Stop, take a look to the sideline. Still with 11, now 10, now 9 on the play clock. Kevin Clark and the Bulldogs. Straight back to throw, ball tipped. That could have been dangerous, but the ball is caught. Let's see if they do give him forward progress, and it will out to the 30. Got to be careful when you're out in the flat. If you go to the well one too many times, there's a lot of things that could go wrong, but everything worked out well. A gain of maybe 4 or so.
Clark again, quick release, but a short arm throw.
Yeah, that's the part.
Didn't get that extended, didn't get the height on it. Got tipped, but very lucky of the Bulldogs to come away with the reception on that.
You talk about the short arm throw. Watch this. There it is. Boom. A little bit of mustard on it, but not quite enough. Good tip. Could have been worse. 4-yard game's a good plus out of that. Brings them 2nd down now and about 6. Football at the 30. Again, looking at the sidelines. I'm going to tell you something about these signals in a second. So I saw these a lot in the state of Missouri. Again, it's Kevin, and he's going to get up to about the 45-yard line or 35-yard line. There's a small school in St. Genevieve, Missouri, Valley Catholic High School, and for a fleeting moment, they had the best record in the country.
Really?
For all high schools as far as an undefeated streak. They won 4 straight state championships with that undefeated streak. And they had a system on the sideline where they actually used signs. There was a sign of a toilet lid. There was another one that had a baseball and a bat. There was another one that had a guy reaching down to tie his shoes. Interesting signage, I guarantee you. Here's Kevin on that draw, and look at that.
Wow.
How many times have we seen Kyle Sawyer, and that was a nasty hit. And let's see, hopefully Kevin Clark doesn't stay down on this. Well, he's back up, but boy, watch this.
Sawyer just splits the gap, reads it, pow, right on that right knee.
Perfect.
Talking about your impact players making an impact. That was quite the impact by Mr. Sawyer.
That was perfect. Perfectly timed, well executed hit. So now it brings up 4th down once again. So let's see if they decide just to go again. We've talked about this before, the pooch kick route. We're down to like 3 seconds on the play clock. They're going to let it run down all the way. And yeah, I'll just kick from a short position. And actually, that's not bad. Not bad at all. He got the end over end roll he wanted, and it's going to roll to the 30-yard line where it's touched by a Bulldog, and that's where it'll go. So not bad at all. That was pretty well executed again, getting the end over end roll.
Yeah, you got to change field position right there and try to get Winfield set back. Your defense has been holding well. The only thing that has hurt right now defensively for the Bulldogs has been special teams.
Right.
So if they can get them, if they can hold them here, they got an opportunity. But Winfield's got to make a statement offensively and maintain a big drive here.
Let's see if they can do just that. 1st and 10, their own end of the field. Decent field position. You see it there in the 30-yard line.
Crandall's back under center again.
Yep. Just over 4 minutes remaining in our third quarter. He's going to go play action, and he's going to go over the middle, and is it incomplete? Is there any contact worth noting? No. Back judge will say no.
Yeah.
Basically both got tied up. It'll bring up 2nd down.
A little incidental there, but that's about it. Back on the coverage.
And again, was the pass catchable?
Yep.
We'll watch right here.
Yeah, Dagan Moulton back on coverage.
Yeah, that's not even close.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. Dagan actually got beat. There's an opportunity there for Winfield.
Definitely. And again, I guess the thinking of Lynn Hibbs is, hey, the wind's at the back. Let's see what KC can do on a long ball here and there. 2nd down and 10. Football at the 30. Straight up the middle, bounce outside, and get about 5 or so. Up to around the 35. It'll bring up now a 3rd down play.
Jack Mole getting the handoff in the backfield, looking for the seam. Slips down just a little bit there, but hey, if you could average 5 yards a carry, take it all day long.
And I love what Jack does there. If you saw that replay, every time he thinks he's getting close to contact, both hands on the football. That's a tip that any young player can watch.
You betcha. And I guarantee if you're a coach at the next level watching the game here, you're seeing that. You're going, I like that in that young man.
So 3rd down and 5 from the 35. Option. Nice little flip. Close to the 1st down. Now they're going to mark it short, it looks like. But I'll tell you what, young man ran the option there. That's the way it's supposed to look.
And it.
Nice flip.
Reverses out, comes down the line, sees the end close, makes the nice read, gets it out to his tailback Mole, and picks up a couple slips there. He's going to bring up 4th down in about, a couple feet, maybe?
Yep, not even.
Yeah, not even.
You're looking at the graphics showing inches. Under 3 minutes left to play in the 3rd, and a big decision to be made here. You would think that for a fact they're going, I think, under this situation. They've got a 7-point lead. They've had the momentum here in the 3rd quarter, and it looks like they are indeed going. So Crandall going to see if he can pull one out of the hat here. And there it is. There's the hard count.
Yep. Pulled that, just like you said. He pulled it out of the hat all right.
Tell you what, this young sophomore so far is starting to make his own impact here. That's a 5-yard penalty and a 1st down for the Vikes.
56, Johnny Nickham. Aggressive player, tough kid,
yes.
Very athletic. You got to know that's coming, though.
Couldn't help himself.
You got to know that's coming.
14-7, Vikings lead. Going to keep the football as a result of that hard count 5-yard penalty. Coming up on 2 minutes. Crandall remains calling the signals. Handoff, 2nd man through, and once again he's out of here. Good tackle from behind, but another positive yardage gain. And tell you what, Jack Mull all of a sudden in the 2nd half decided, fellas, I'm getting mine.
Absolutely. Great fake here. Gets Mull outside, follows his back. You saw he's following his lineman out there, holding onto his jersey, just dragging him through. And from behind comes Blake Watkins, got to drag him down. But I thought, like you, he was headed to the house. 26-yard run there by Mull.
26 and a 1st down again for the Vikings, 30-yard line. 63 yards on 4 carries. That's quite a day's work, and that's a 3rd quarter's work.
Well, CJ, I said that they had to come out and make a statement here and move the ball offensively and hold a drive, and they're doing that.
Bulldogs that time held Jacob Nelson, a big fella, 5'10", 260. That's a Coke machine with a helmet on it there.
Absolutely.
Senior. There you see a nice shot of Jacob. Where did I come up with that one at? Here you'll see the play. Yeah, that's just a big boy right there.
Absolutely. 52, I think, also was involved in the Swimmers down there at 51, probably Bryce Nittler.
Yeah.
Could have been Bame, though.
2nd and 9, third quarter, almost coming to a close. Winfield Vikings trying to go straight drop. Here's Crandall. Near side, ball in the air. That's going to be an interference penalty. Almost completed as well, but they're going to flag Dagan Moulton as both players looked like they were coming up for the ball. Let's go ahead and take a look at this replay. Now it's going to come in late. You'll see the graphic come in late. Let's see. Yep, that's callable. That's callable. It was he was not looking at the football and he made first contact. So.
Yeah, a little face guarding right there. When your receiver that you're guarding turns, you got to turn as well.
Right.
And Dagan didn't do that and gets called for pass interference, and that sets up a huge opportunity here for Winfield.
Vikings 1st and 10. Looks like they're operating right about the 14-yard line or so, and yeah, this is big. This is very big. Ball on the 14-yard line with 1 minute remaining here in the third, and Casey Crandall, the sophomore, leading this team straight down the football field. Again, the handoff, and this time not much there. There's that big fella again. Nelson on the hit. It'll bring up 2nd down. Clock under a minute.
Senior taking care of business on the outside, turns that one back in and just smothers it. Like you said, a Coke machine with a helmet on.
Well, that's
dude's
a big fella.
Big dude.
That's a big fella. 5'10", 260. Forget about it. Get that boy some more pork chops. To heck with it.
No doubt. He got him one right there. And name of Jack Mole tattooed all over it.
Slight loss and maybe a yard. So 2nd down and 11. Bulldogs playing the box right now. Coming up on 25 seconds. Play clock to 10. He's going to wait till the play clock gets under 5. Actually, KC is saying hold on here, and actually they may call the timeout. That's what they're going to do. They're going to call timeout. They did that just before the play clock got down to 0, so 16 seconds remaining. 2nd and 11 play. Again, thanks so much to the CourierTraveler for everything they've done tonight. The CourierTraveler website, very inexpensive. CTNewsOnline.com. You know, shoppers consistently cite newspaper advertising as the most valuable and preferred media in planning purchases, and its reach continues to exceed all other types of advertising. Didn't know that. Make sure your advertising message gets heard through a powerful blend of new and conventional media from the area's most trusted local news source. Start optimizing your return on investment by calling the Cowley CourierTraveler today. 221-1050-442-4200. You can see them online at ctnewsonline.com. Thanks, fellas and gals. Great work tonight. So let's see what the Winfield Vikings do out of this timeout. Again, they're 2nd and long.
CJ, it's do or die time right now. If you're the Vikings, one more touchdown.
Both sides,
seal
that's
the
true.
deal.
Going to go to the far side, put it up in the air, a jump ball, and nothing doing there as the pass is incomplete. And again, another good opportunity for Landon Davis. Same defender there, that was Moulton. And again, this is just the jump ball play to the far corner.
And Moulton this time does a nice job tipping that one away. And you got to think, if you're Davis, you had an opportunity right there. You got to use that body as a screen.
Yeah, he got up there.
Yep.
He got
Close
up
it
there.
off. And Davis, 5'9", battling Moulton there at 5'10", so two pretty equal dudes.
And then the young man that started the play at 5'6" is quarterback Casey Crandall. And once again, drawn off, but they're going to blow that. And I'm telling you, I'm thinking that Casey Crandall, if you look at him, you're thinking, wow, that young man's got a voice of authority down there somehow.
Absolutely he does. That hard count, he is executing it to a T.
I'll tell you, that's a big play, too, because that's going to set up a 3rd and 1 now. Or I don't know, 3rd and 6, excuse me, yeah, from the original line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 6. Much better than 3rd and 11.
And I think it was Nelson, the defensive end, or it could have been Cox right there that jumped off sides.
Brett Cox.
Yeah, two seniors, got to be better than that. Got to make better decisions here.
3rd down play, again, play action, rolling to the near side, and there you see the catch is made, and that's going to end. Whoa, wait a minute. That should be a live ball. No, they're going to say he was down by contact, and that is a good call now that I sit there and flash back to it. Yeah, let's take a look at this, but again, it looked like he rolled over. And it's a good catch. There you see the catch. Now, Let's see. He goes down. Well, I didn't see him hit the ground. I saw him hit on top of the player, at least from my vantage point. But the man in the stripes is right there in front of him, not me, and that's going to end the third quarter. In fact, they're probably in a discussion about that right now. But apparently the Vikings will keep the football, and when we come back to action, it will be 4th down to start the 4th quarter of play. Thanks so much for joining us. More after this.
At First Council Casino and Hotel, it pays to cross the state line. Play all your favorite games. Stay for a while at our luxurious hotel. The biggest acts play at First Council. Make the short drive and see for yourself. See Three Dog Night at First Council Casino on September 23rd. For tickets, go to 7clans.com. 7 Clans First Council Casino and Hotel. It pays to cross the state line.
Well, I wish I could be like a bird in the sky.
No one likes being stuck. That's why Ford is developing new ways to help you move through life faster, easier, better. Today and tomorrow, we're going further so you can.
This copyrighted telecast of high school football is produced under the authority of the Kansas State High School Activities Association and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of the Cowley Courier-Traveler. With producer Kurt Legleiter, director Zach Legleiter, and the rest of our Legleiter Video Productions crew, alongside the man to my right, Scott Gurney, I'm CJ Layton, welcoming you back to Jantz Stadium in this 4th quarter. If any indication, it's already going to start out with a barn burner play right here.
It is, and Winfield comes out, sets up field goal formation, and puts it through the uprights. And now they go up by 10 points on the Bulldogs.
So they get there, they get the job done. A 10-point lead now, 17-7. How important was that 3 points? Think about everything that's happened now in the third quarter. They didn't get the 6, but they went for the 3. They were able to get it. How important will that be with the change of field position?
I think, like we've talked about before, the kicking game is going to be huge. Both coaches said it could be an impact in the ball game when it came right down to it. Hey, you're a touchdown and a field goal ahead, and you're playing really good defense, and your opponent is making mistakes to help you out. You got to like your chances. You got to like where you're sitting at if you're Coach Hibbs right here.
And now our Kansas City will have the wind at their back for the remainder of this contest. The kickoff going to be all important here. And again, absolutely. You've got Montez Robinson, who is looking at a potentially much shorter kick than he's seen all night. He's actually standing deep at about the deep man. That's Montez. You can see that on the screen. He's standing at about right in the center at about his 10-yard line. So this kickoff all important. We did see one earlier this evening that Kyle Sawyer picked up off the ground and just busted straight up the middle. It was a huge impact play for the guys in blue. And here comes this kickoff. Got it up in the air, and it's going to hold up for one of the up men. We'll catch that in a minute out across the 15 to the 20 to the 25. And a good tackle by the Vikings. But again, good field position and very nicely done by one of the up men. He's a sophomore named Tommy Pacheco.
Yeah, did a nice job covering the punt. Didn't bobble at all.
Nope.
Went straight up field. And it'd be interesting to see what the Bulldogs come out here and try to do. Is it going to be the Kevin Clark show? Are they going to try to go downfield? They haven't really gone deep at all. They haven't tried the deep thirds at all. It's all been short passes, stuff out in the flat, 10 and outs.
And with a 15 to 20 mile an hour wind at your back, you got to remember too, sometimes the passes in the flat are going to sail on you. So yeah, interesting indeed, Scott. Interesting indeed. First down, he's going to throw. Well, now he's going to try to run. He got hit from behind, still managed to fall forward for maybe a yard or two, and it'll bring up second down. Once again, the pursuits. Yeah,
and I think Clark's getting happy feet back there, and he's had success pulling a ball down and running. I don't know if he's making a read out there. I have to watch him a little bit closer, but I'm thinking that it's more about, hey, I can run it, and I've had success doing it. But again, he's going to miss an opportunity if he's not careful.
2nd and 9, operating out of the pistol, and that's just a straight drop. Near side, incomplete. Brings up third down, and here's here's where you start seeing the weakness of that. I guess the term you use is short arm throw, and it's very accurate.
It is very accurate. Basically, the quarterback comes basically straight from his ear rather than getting the ball back, getting his shoulders turned, and then and using his lower half as the power, the spring to generate things. And so far it's worked for Kevin. We'll see if it happens the rest of this drive.
Still plenty on the play clock, down to 16. Kevin working with 4 wide receivers in the pattern this time. Again, going to step up, try to run, but this time one of the backers stayed home. A couple of the backers stayed home, and let's see who made the initial hit. Usually as if I have to ask, but this time it looked like it was Lawler that made that.
Yeah, pulling his eyes directly down.
Nope, it wasn't Lawler, it was Sawyer.
Sawyer again. Kevin pulls his eyes down really quick on that and cuts up field. And Winfield staying at home. You've seen the Vikes, the 2 linebackers.
4th and 5, and Ark City might be saying, you know what, I know there's 10 minutes and 30 seconds left, but it might be go time. Let's see.
Hey, it looks like they're going for it here.
See if he goes for the long count. He is, too. They're going for it on the 4th down right now, and it's almost intercepted, and it is intercepted.
I think it is.
That is an interception.
What a heads-up play by the defensive backs.
That ends up being ruled just a tip ball. You're right, and this is huge. And again, it's just not the best throw in the world, and then the tip ball.
Yeah, ball sails up. Spencer's got to go up to it. Can't come up with a catch. Goes right through his hands. And then 86.
Yeah, he got the tip up. That was Mark Clifford who got the tip.
Mark Clifford came down with the ball. So I'm not sure who originally tipped it after or before that. Maybe we can look back. Maybe our guys in the truck could take a look and tell us. But, hey, Winfield got the ball.
First down for the Winfield Vikings. That was huge. Crandall on the roll. And look at that throw. And look at that catch. This young sophomore is starting to make a name for himself as Winfield High School continues to move the football up the field, this time against the wind.
Crandall again doing it with his feet, getting out there, finding some room where he can see, finds a receiver on the chalk.
And at 5'6", 125 pounds, that was a pretty good little throw on the run. It got him 8 yards to around the 43. Need to get to the 45, 2nd down play coming up. Just under 10 minutes remaining on the pass completion. There you see Moulton again. Good look at the eyes of the Ark City DB, and again, Ark City jams the box here a little bit there. Looking for run, and it is a run. But another nice little pick apart by Jack Mull, and again, that young man's been impressive this second half, and he's got his Vikings a first down.
He does, and again, making the first man miss. It's huge as a running back. If you can dodge that first guy, you're going to get 3 or 4 more yards, and he does.
Saw a shot of Jacob Nelson there as he got up off the ground. He's made quite a nice little name for himself tonight. A lot of the defensive players have come up big on both sides of the football. 1st and 10 for the Winfield Vikings. You see them come up to the line, but they're coming up late. There's now 4 seconds on the play clock. Now 3, so Crandall's going to have to get off in a hurry, and he does. Mull again was able to pick his way to the outside, and look at that. Mull is having some second half.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Giving Sawyer a little bit of a break back there. He's been making more of an impact on defense here lately. And I tell you what, Mull doing a nice job coming in and filling his shoes.
Beautiful little bounce to the outside. But then instead of carrying all the way outside again, there's just that little cut. A little bit farther to the middle that got him the extra yards. Beautiful job. 2nd and 1. There's that clock becoming very quickly the Ark City Bulldogs' worst enemy, as we're now under 9 minutes and the Vikings showing signs of starting to put together another drive, this time for the 21 and for a first down play. First down from the 21-yard line. Crandall takes his time. Again, Mull tries to bounce off. I tell you what, that kid's resilient. He should have lost a couple there, but was able just to move the feet, lean forward, and get a yard out of it.
Yeah, a pack of Bulldogs right there in on the play, and Jacob Nelson right
Watch
there.
These feet. They never stop moving. Beautifully done, and a nice tackle from behind. Nick Boehm, the sophomore linebacker, with that hit.
Good fundamentals on both sides of the ball right there.
No doubt.
2nd down.
So 2nd down now, we'll call it 9. Football just outside of the or just inside, rather, the 20-yard line. There you see it. 2nd and 9 play, and again, Crandall brings his team up in no hurry. It's again under 5 seconds in the play clock. He'll take the snap, and it's Mull again, and why not? Bounces off another hit, but somebody from behind basically just pulled him back, and I believe that was another beautiful job by, this time, Bryce Nittler. Linebackers earning their pay tonight.
Absolutely. Nittler right there, and Dusty Tracy also in on the play.
And this is just good. That's just good, solid tackling. Great job, kid.
Yep. Nice form tackle by Nittler.
So 3rd and 7 as they do move it maybe another yard or so.
But again, Winfield's continuing that drive. Just taking that time and just driving it methodically down the field.
Play clock down to 10, now 9 as they come up. You see the graphic on your screen approaching 7 minutes left. Vikings leading by 10. A big 3rd down play here. Again, it's Mull. And again, that is a good open field tackle by Nittler, or actually he might have been able to get up and get the 1st down. Nittler doing a great job. It brings up 4th down.
And actually, I think you're going to see 50 come into the picture, or 51.
Yep,
that
Nittler.
Was Nittler, and I think 50 also coming in there at the last minute. Blake Watkins, both the linebackers.
So 4th and 5. You know the Vikings will go for it here, more than likely. They do have a 10-point lead. They could go 32. Is that right on the field goal? About 32.
About 32, but walk for the hard count again.
It's worked twice.
Yeah, it has. and I mean, it's not going to give them a 1st down, but it'll give them 4th and 1.
So down to 2 seconds. Now 1 on the play clock, and they get the play off. Crandall rolling again. He's going to be throwing against the grain. Wow, he squared up and threw a bullet. That's a touchdown for the Vikings. Did you see Crandall square up at the last second and bullet that thing?
That is such a strong throw by a young quarterback. And,
you don't expect this. You expect he's running. Oh, no, he's going to try to throw on the run. But the last second, he squares that shoulder and throws a strike against the wind.
Against the wind and right to a wide open, wide out coming across the field. And just a nice job by Crandall.
Sebastian Morrissey is getting the glad hand from his teammates there. He's a junior, 6'1", 170 pounds, and he just gave the Vikings, along with Crandall, a big lead. Just at about the 6-minute mark, extra point is coming. Snap is good, and that kick will be up and good. 24-7. Vikings with a big play, and it's the Casey Crandall show all of a sudden.
Well, I'll tell you what, Crandall coming in, providing a spark at the quarterback spot and taking care of business. He's just led his Vikes right down the field on 2 great drives.
Yeah, now watch this again. And again, at the very last second, it's just a little bit of a square up of the shoulders, but boom. His body was facing directly down the football field.
It was.
And that is, wow, for a young kid, that's fantastic.
That is, and got his lower half in the right position, planted the foot, stepped through, and big time play by young up and coming.
Papa Ken gonna love that.
And Papa Ken enjoying the game from the stands tonight, as he's not behind the mic, as KSOK is teamed up with both the Ark City play-by-play.
Oh, and that's right, yeah. We got a third
Jared
man.
Jones.
We got a third man up here, Joey Sprinkle from the Courier-Traveler. Thanks for his help. He's been keeping the stats for us and keeping us informed on some things, and it's been really nice to have him up here with us. Been a real solid team effort.
He just told me a while ago Ark City had led total yards 147-87, but with that drive, that's got to be next to that gap has got to be eliminated by now.
Yep, so 2 teams very tight, but the scoreboard not tight at all. That's a huge 17-point lead. That kick again going to be taken by an up man.
Yeah, we got whistles going
and
off
whistles
all over
everywhere. Let's see. Did he signal fair catch? No. Let's see. They're going to do that again. I did not see a flag down anywhere.
Well, there's a flag. He just picked it up over the sideline. Must have been an offside.
From that side, that's.
Here's the call.
More than likely what we're going to see. Well, we don't see Rick Ruman saying anything yet. No. Okay, it's a do-over, fellas.
Yeah. Let's try this again. I'm going to back him up 5 and try again.
Yep. So that's true. It had to have been an offside against the Vikings, so 35-yard line.
Again, field position coming into play again.
And let's see what happens again. Yeah, with the wind facing the Vikings right in the face, and it's still between 10 and 15 miles per hour. Again, Montez Robinson back deep in that kickoff. will be taken again by one of the up men at about the 35 or 25 out across the 30. And again, another decent return by that young man. This is Pacheco's second reception of a kick in this second half. He's done well for himself.
Yeah, good coverage right there by Winfield. Covering the kickoff. About a 10-yard return is about all he got out of it. As Winfield closed the middle right there. And
sophomore Chance Price, you see a look at him. He was in on the hit for the Vikes.
So important to get them young kids in the game at this level. And
get that contact.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, this level of game, but get them in the rivalry. Let them know what it's about. Here's a deep ball.
Going for a money ball here, and that is incomplete as the ball's thrown out of bounds. Both receiver and defender end up out of bounds. The intended receiver, Brotman, and it'll bring up second down. And again, I don't know, you just got to kind of just sit there and think, Kevin, with just a little bit more work on that throwing arm, who knows, sometime he might be able to get that in play. He does have a year left, And
well, if you ask Coach Todd Clark of the Cowley Lady Tigers, you're going to say, well, he just needs to work on his jump shot.
Good to hear Todd's name again. I haven't heard that in a long time. This flip over the middle was well behind the intended receiver. That was Robinson, bounced in the middle of a pack of 3 Vikings there. Weber was over there for the Vikings, so now it brings up 3rd and 10. The Bulldogs, who had so much momentum going for them after they were able to score, and then out of nowhere, here come the Vikings again, and they just go bam, 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 bam. And Casey Crandall, my goodness, what a spark plug. This is big here. Bulldogs have to get something going right now. They have to. 3rd and 10. Under 6 minutes remaining in this contest, the 2017 Cowley Cup. Kevin back to throw. He wants to run with it. Now he's going to take off, and he is going to get close to a first down. Nope, they're not going to give it to him.
He got short.
He is
be
going
short
to be
about
short
a yard.
about a yard.
About a yard, but nice pickup by Kevin.
Yep.
Again, a coverage breakdown in the or coverage in the backfield.
Yeah, they had a couple of people that were open.
Yeah, but again, Kevin decided to pull that one down. He just reached the 100-yard mark on his 20th carry right there, did Kevin.
5-yard average. He'll take off himself and get the first down as he bulls forward right into the knees of Dalton Collins in front of him. And that'll be plenty for the first down. Now they're going to have to operate a little bit quickly. Again, they get the first down, and that's good. There's 5:16 remaining, and they've still got timeouts remaining. I think they've got one, but, they still haven't hit the midfield stripe yet, so they're going to have to get some big plays and quickly. Here's a throw to the near side. That's caught. And again, a decent pitch and catch, but Montez Robinson will fall forward, and again, it's taking a little bit of time here, under 5 minutes.
Yeah, you watch Kevin, he kind of lobs this one up a little bit. I think he had to over the defensive end to get it to Montez. And
right.
Montez breaking it inside, picking up about 6-7 yards on the play.
Junior Weber wrapped him up. Kevin on the rollout, throw, high, but almost caught, but knocked down, incomplete. Now it brings up 3rd down. Clock does stop, though. You see Jack Mull, who's kind of doing everything on the offense. Now the defensive coverage against Montez Robinson.
Yeah, I think he must have said, Coach, I want to play offense on the first half and defense on the second half, if that's all right with you, because I think I can make an impact on both sides of the football, and he definitely has.
Well, it has been the Jack Mull show the second half, that's for certain.
Yeah, that it has.
He picked up his game. 3-man rush, 3rd down play, setting up the screen and won an open field tackle. Now we'll see that man's name again. Sawyer again, easily double digits in tackles. He can throw some assists in there, and he has done it all, including this big hit.
Oh, Sawyer does a nice job reading the screen. And you see the possible blocker right there. 62, that's Ike Abrams was out there, just missed him.
So 4th down play, 4th and 2, and he's going for it here and gets it. And again, the Bulldogs continue to keep that football at the 37, 38-yard line, but now coming up on just 4 minutes remaining.
Yeah, and again, Clark has to call his own number and pick up another first down for the Bulldogs here. And I just wonder how long he could keep this up.
Clark, not that time. Steele Marin just chased him down, the sophomore.
Marin again on the blitz.
Yeah, look at this replay. Yep. Here he comes.
Came right through.
Untouched.
Right through the line, and right there blows by the senior Jacob Nelson.
Fired up young man right
Absolutely. there. Absolutely. Make a play like that. But see, you can feel the momentum has completely changed.
Going for the long ball here at 2nd and 17. The pass is incomplete. It was broken up from the near side by Clifford. Once again, Brotman, the intended receiver.
Mark Clifford doing a nice job staying side by side with Brotman. And when Brotman turned to look, so did Clifford. Turned his eyes to the ball. Made a nice defensive play and the jump ball.
So again, 3rd and long. Vikings feel like they can almost taste this one now. Head coach Lynn Hobbs looks on at the near side. Boys looking on at the near side. There's still 3:30 left in this one. You always know anything can happen, but they're starting to feel it just a little bit. 10 seconds on the play clock as Kevin's out of the pistol again. Almost drops the football, but gets rid of it just in time. That pass is caught. Gets a good pitch and catch, and let's see. Nope, he did not get out of bounds.
No, they're saying it's going to keep going. O'Toole made another little
cut.
Little zigzag step there and tried to get another extra yard, and it didn't happen. Watch it here.
Pretty good pitch and catch, too.
Yeah, it was. Squared his shoulders, was looking downfield, saw that there wasn't an opening, didn't have a man, and made that little jog.
Here's the 4th down play, and Clark's going to get it. He's going to get it. He wants all of it, but he's going to get knocked down finally at the 12. So with under 3 minutes remaining, the Bulldogs inside the Viking red zone at the 12-yard line, 17 yards on this carry.
Well, again, Clark, they make a hole for him, and he finds a way to sneak through it.
Back to live action, pass incomplete. That's going to be a flag. There was early contact by Mark Clifford. The Viking crowd doesn't like it, but there was definitely early contact, and that's going to be pass interference. That'll move the football again for Ark City. Brotman, the intended receiver.
Yeah, if you notice that that Clifford was up, coverage, face-to-face, gave him about a 5-yard cushion, maybe that, and nice job by Brotman to cut inside of that, try to get to the inside, get the pass, and it was incomplete, but a pass interference call.
Yeah, penalty generally, technically, just the penalty of 6 yards when you count where they were at. They're going to go to the 6-yard line on a 1st and goal.
But it stops the clock.
1st and goal from the 6, and indeed it does. Here's the snap. Kevin rolling far side. Good pursuit, and he goes down.
Yeah, just tripped up from behind. I think it was a mask over there, or let me get a look here.
We'll check it. Look at that pursuit from the backside, too.
No.
Well, that was Tapia.
That was Tapia, 88, coming off his defensive end position to make the tackle. Nice work.
And I really, truly think that the defensive ends for both teams have done a really nice job this evening. Not a whole lot getting outside.
No, not really. About, 2nd and 1 here, looks like.
Yep, 2nd down, 2nd and goal from about the, we'll call it the 3-yard line.
The 3-yard line?
Yeah, it's 2nd and goal, as the penalty gave him a 1st and goal at the 6. So 2nd and goal, still under 3 minutes and winding to 2. There's Kevin, he goes down.
And again,
He'll
penetration.
Go down to 5. Look at Steele Morin again. Wow. Tell you what, these youngsters, that's a sophomore right there. It's assisting, but the first initial hit, guess who? Kyle Sawyer, the senior.
Yeah, 55 crash. I think it was 55. Was it not crashing off the end, or was it 51?
Not exactly certain.
Yeah, I'm not exactly certain there, but again, Vikings getting into the backfield.
Once again, Kevin looking, throws. That's a touchdown. So they'll get the touchdown here with 1:49 remaining. Just a quick rifle shot as Nate Spencer, the senior wide receiver, will get the touchdown, 24-13. Extra point on the way.
Now you see Clark sprints out looking, and then Nate Spencer just camping out in the corner right there. And somebody got on him, but just a little bit too late.
So the touchdown gives the Bulldogs a little something for their memory book at least. With 1:49 remaining, the point after will come. Clark once again will do the kicking. Again, has got the wind at his back. And a whistle.
Yeah, going to get offsides here.
Yeah, that's looking like some movement by Caleb Weathers. He's a senior, wearing number 17. He's over there standing next to Tate.
They'll scoot it up, about 2 football lengths?
Yeah, something like that.
And retry it again. Not like that's going to make a difference to Clark, because he can hit from about 35 yards out pretty consistently.
And here comes the extra point. It is in the air. It is up, and it is good. 24-14. And how about that Dr. Sawyer DDS play of the game? Here it comes. And look at this. Again, squaring up the shoulders, Scott. This young man, very slight in stature, but just made a huge football play right there.
Yes, he did. Finds Morrissey streaking across the goal line, makes a nice catch, puts his feet on the ground, picks up the extra 3 yards he needs to get across the tape, and scores the football for the Vikings right there. But again, got to take your hat off to Casey Crandall. Fundamentally, the young man is sound.
I'll tell you what, that's a play that'll make you smile, and for more smiles, see our friend Dr. Stan Sawyer, DDS. Thank you for being a part of this broadcast this evening. Yeah, that's definitely noteworthy and definitely worthy of a play of the game, no doubt.
Well, the kicking game's going to probably play its way into the game right here. You know what's coming.
Yeah, you see an awful lot of tight end numbers, wide receiver numbers, smaller numbers up here in the first 2 ranks for Winfield High School, so you know they're anticipating it. And let's see, that's going to be the kick, and let's see.
They're
going to be offside, yeah.
Kicker jumped off over the top of the ball, and without kicking it, that means
yep, you're offside.
You're offsides.
So I'm certain they wanted that play to go a little bit better than it did.
Well, the surprise factor's over.
Yeah, no doubt. So from the 40, they'll move it back to the 35, and they'll try this all over again. And here you'll see what happens. He comes over.
Oh, wait a minute.
And no, he didn't. It was the man on the near side. Yeah, that was Nate Spencer.
Yeah, sorry,
really
Kevin.
Really jumped the gun.
Yep, got to take my comment back from Kevin Clark. He did the right thing. It was the other senior, or a senior, Nate Spencer, jumping off.
Guys in the truck picked up on that in a hurry. See, that's why they're so great. And here comes that onside kick, and it doesn't even go doesn't go the required 10 yards, and it goes out of bounds. So it'll be Winfield High School football, and they can do pretty much whatever they want to now with 1:49 remaining.
Well, execution, and for Ark City tonight, it has been left wanting, unfortunately,
yeah. And they've had their opportunities, make no mistake about it.
They've had, and they've just made some mistakes. You know, the interception. Of course, was big, but the 2 fumble, 3 turnovers in a ball game, especially when you get into the red zone and you turn the ball over, it's always going to make an impact. It's devastating for you, and you got to be able to recover. And it just not enough there offensively, unfortunately, for the Bulldogs to be able to recover from it.
Both teams did wake up, though, some. I mean, you got 32 total points by both teams here in the second half, so it was. We saw some very good plays, and Crandall's going to stay in the game at quarterback, and Mull's going to continue to excel as he bounces off a couple of tackles.
Picks up about 5 on the play, but grinding the old ground and pound. And Coach told us when Casey comes to the ball game, they're going to go to a ground and pound attack, and that's exactly what they've done. But I'll tell you what, pretty impressed with the young man's arm.
Ark City Bulldogs will take time out here. I believe they still have 2 left if the scoreboard clock is correct. No, they're down to 1, so they'll have 1 final timeout. But I'll tell you what, that's a big gain in that case because you've got Mull, who's really just been a running superstar in the second half for his ball club. 5 yards there is an excellent carry in that situation. You force the Bulldogs to call timeout. 2nd and 5, even though you want to keep it on the ground, that makes the playbook even bigger. It makes the playbook even bigger. 2nd and 5 compared to 2nd and 8, your playbook just expands like nobody's business. Out of the timeout. We're hoping that see, what was I looking at there? Okay, I thought I saw a different number. My apologies for hiccuping there for a second. It is Crandall still staying in the game, and why not? He deserves it. He's been doing such a fine job here in this second half. Again, Mull, 45-yard line. Ark City will call their final timeout. It'll be 3rd down and roughly 2, maybe 3. Really good broadcast crew tonight. Again, these guys have done so much work on that beautiful, beautiful trailer facility. Kurt, Zach, Legleiter. Scott's had a hand in it. The entire Legleiter Video Productions crew was so awesome to see Karen this evening. Haven't seen her in such a long time. The CourierTraveler Community Network, you've been aces in this. We appreciate all of you. And it's been one heck of a game, make no mistake about it. It's a tale of two halves, at least the excitement factor. A lot of mistakes in that first half. Second half play opened up quite a little bit. We saw the running ability of Jack Mull come to the forefront. And the quarterbacking ability of Casey Crandall also in the second half. That's been large. When we come back to live action, as we are now, football at the 35-yard line on a third down and roughly 2, and the Ark City Bulldogs are out of timeouts. Call it 3rd and 3 then. And so if they can get this first down in the next 2 plays, this one pretty much over. Mull is going to bull his way forward, and let's see, he's still going, he's still going, he's still going. Going to be close. Going to be very close. And that's why they, they're going to move the sticks, are they?
Yeah, I believe he got the first down. They stopped the clock here.
That's going to be it.
Mull just continuing to just ground and pound. And
that's going to be it.
So another first down. Looks like 1:25 left to go in the ball game. And
they're just going to let it run out here. 15 now, 14 on the play clock. In fact, Casey Crandall is over in the near sideline talking to his coach. He's got to hurry to actually get this play off with 7, now 6, now 5. I don't think he may not make it.
Probably going to just take a knee here anyway.
And he does.
Yeah,
he snapped that ball right at 1 second. He's going to take one more, and that's it. What a great win for the Winfield Vikings, scoring 24 points, and they'll get their 24th win in this series. 51-24-1. Ark City still leads this series. But for the Vikings, this was a big one.
It was a big one. It ends the streak from Arkansas City. They were working on, I think it was about a 5-game stretch there. Of course, they didn't play in 2012 and 2013, but Winfield's going to take the win and have bragging rights for another 365 days.
Oh, yeah, and it's been a beauty, too. Make no mistake about it, and that's the final snap of this contest. And the Vikings will come off and celebrate a little bit. And they're going to win this. Our final score from Richard Jantz Stadium, excuse me. I don't know where Walter Jantz came from. I was thinking of Walter Lance, maybe.
That's his great uncle, I think.
Yeah, Walter Lance, the guy that drew a Woody Woodpecker. From Richard L. Jantz Stadium in Winfield, Kansas, our final 24-14. This Cowley Cup is history. The Vikings are your winners, and we'll be back after this.
This broadcast of the 2017 Cowley Cup on the CourierTraveler Community Network is brought to you by the Winfield Area Chamber of Commerce. For business resources, visitor information, and relocation materials, the Winfield Area Chamber of Commerce is your source for all things Winfield. The Winfield Area Chamber of Commerce, the front door to your community. Make a brilliant first impression with healthy teeth and a happy smile with Dr. Stan Sawyer, DDS. Trusted dental professionals at Sawyer Dentistry to take care of every member of your family. Dr. Stan Sawyer, DDS in Winfield. USD 465, voted Best Public School District and Best Preschool in Cowley County. USD 465, we proudly support our Vikings. Watkins Family Dental. In our relaxed office setting, we pride ourselves in providing gentle, effortless dentistry while utilizing the latest in dental technology. You'll love the results you'll get from the caring and experienced dental professionals at Watkins Family Dental. Winfield Pharmacy is your locally owned, full-service, independent pharmacy. We pride ourselves in the exceptional customer service we provide to our friends and neighbors. Winfield Pharmacy at 1708 East 9th Avenue.
Once again, you see our final score from Winfield, Kansas. Winfield Vikings 24, Arkansas City Bulldogs 14. They'll take the win. They snap a streak. They get their 24th win in this long series. Final thoughts from our friend Scott Gurney.
Well, it's all about mistakes for me, CJ. Ark City made too many of them, and Winfield capitalized on every one of them. 3 turnovers for Ark City. It's going to doom you every time when you really can't get anything going offensively.
For me, it was halftime and the 3 S's. And the 3 S's, I like to say, somebody saw something. Because all of a sudden, Jack Mull comes out of nowhere and takes over the contest in the second half. And then later on down the pipe, Casey Crandall comes in and takes over the rest of the second half with his play. 3 S's. Somebody saw something. And that's going to do it tonight from Winfield. Wow, what a show, what a team, what a crew. You've been watching exclusive coverage of the 2017 Cowley Cup on the CourierTraveler Community Network. For more information, log on to ctnewsonline.com. Vikings 24, Bulldogs 14. On behalf of our entire Legleiter Video Productions crew with Scott Gurney, I'm CJ Layton. Great night, everybody, from Jant Stadium.